god, that's me. Oh my god, that's me. Oh my god, that's me again. Oh my god. Oopsie. I know you guys can hear me typing, but like, bro, can't you hear the music more? You know? I hear sniffling. Please don't tell me you're crying. No, I'm just stuffy all the time. I always wonder why. I guess that's the real tragedy. I'm getting bullied right now, crying, pooping, and pissing everywhere. Yes, sir. It's the LA air. What's in the LA air, bro? Aside from pretentiousness. And a smidge of desperation. Yo, what is up, home skillet biscuits. I see 1, 2, 3 biscuits, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi guys, hello, hello. I've had a weird pain in my side since last night. I know it's weird. I think this is where my appendix is supposed to be, but I don't have one. It's already gone. It's already been taken out. You know, last night I was in bed thinking like, I should never be sad because I could be dead right now. Because I had appendicitis when I was little. And if, you know, science hadn't evolved as much as it had, I'd be dead. I should have been taken out. You know? I should have been taken out, bro. Years ago. So I should just be glad I'm here. Someone really said, your tummy hurts? You're probably pregnant. Y'all clearly don't know how babies work. It's evident. It's evident you have no idea how child making functions. Oh, there you go. Just fixing camera. I got my appendix out last month. It kind of sucks, doesn't it? Except afterwards when you get like ice cream and stuff. How's Bo? He's right over there. Let me see if the camera will reach. Oh. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. He plays with literally everything and anything. Everything and anything and nothing. All of it. Thank you guys so much for the subs and resubs. Sorry, I had them muted. Longest of long shots. I'm mod on a channel that's been on subathon for 17 days. It's about to end. You got a gift sub and he said that if you show up in the chat, he'll add 20 hours. I'm so sorry, but it's too scary. Like, subathons scare me. What if you add 20 hours onto that subathon and he dies or something? You know, I can't take that risk, but I wish him the best of luck. I can't be held liable for his next 20 hours. I cannot. I'm big sorry. Had all 4 wisdom teeth taken out under local anesthesia. Getting your wisdom teeth taken out is kind of fun. Just kind of is. I remember I got really, really high through the drugs or whatever. And then I did a stream. And I was talking during my stream. Mimi has never done this before. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? Mimi, are you okay? That's weird.
Enter Piercer Gaming cheered 300 bits.
The power button. You better not. Girl, don't do it. I ain't gonna do it. Aw, she's so cute. Don't. Be careful. You're not gonna do it, right? Okay, I trust you. But she's just like licking
Enter
her
Piercer
side.
Gaming cheered 200 bits.
She's gonna do it. She's gonna freaking do it. She's gonna do it. Mimi, calm down.
PC Gaming's tipped
You know?
$2.20. Just hi, smiley face.
Hi. Okay, just don't hit the power button, sweetie. That's actually such a funny shot. Just Mimi on top of my big old PC. Why do you prefer cats over dogs? I can't decide which to get. I don't really have a preference. I think they're both great animals and pets. I just happen to get cats because they're way lower maintenance than dogs. Thank you. Don't care, plus sniffling, plus crying, plus hiccuping a little. Where's the pissing and shitting? And puking. You got some work to do, to be honest. All right.
Enter
So,
Piercer Gaming cheered 300 bits.
thank you. So the very important thing I needed everybody's advice on, okay? Listen. I have a problem. And it's that I'm just at a phase in my life where I want to change my hair every 2 months. Like, I'm sorry. And
Enter Piercer
so I
Gaming
have a hair
cheered
appointment
300
soon.
bits.
I do. And you can't talk me out of it. You can't talk me out of it. So I need to figure out what the fuck am I doing? Because I can't choose. And I've been thinking, should I go darker or lighter? Or balder? Should I just go balder? But really, you okay, Bo? But really, my two options have been a red of some sort. Okay, but these filters are not fair. They make you look so cute, so you think the color is a banger, but it might not be. You know, like a red. The filter is working overtime. Or something like lighter brown. I mean, this one only really shows the ends being lighter, but...
Davey_kid cheered 200 bits. Haven't you tried red?
I haven't.
The red hair would be a vibe.
What the fuck is it? Why did you make me an extraterrestrial? Oh my god, I look like the skull emoji.
Bits.
Skull emoji X7. Valorant accent head ass. She forgore. Okay, blonde. Come on, give me some blonde hair. Ew, not like this. Definitely not like this. Not even like this. I don't like ombre blonde. These filters need to do better.
Enter Piercer Gaming cheered 300 bits. This is the last of my bits.
It looks kind of funny, Loki. I love these. Okay, give me a normal
Spiral
one.
Warrior 9 cheered 200 bits.
Come on, do my hair,
Flip a
do my
coin.
hair.
Heads for light and tails for dark.
I'm not gonna flip a coin. I'm doing this shit strategically. Sort of. Should I just stay brown? Do something with
A
brown?
Renegade tipped $2. Pokey, I saw your name on the list of OW2 Twitch drops available tomorrow. Are you playing with XQC? Because that
So-
MM are gonna be bumping.
Oh. Wait, the drops are available to... Wait, are they available tomorrow or the day after? $27th. They're 27th, right? Hair. Sorry, sometimes they take a little while to do it. Beta is the 26th, drops are the 27th. Okay, good. Come on, Mr. Filter, work. So yes, I will be doing Overwatch 2 drops this Wednesday. Actually, I was just gonna post on my alt account the schedule. Today, React/Valo. Tomorrow, OTV camping trip. Wednesday, Overwatch 2 with drops. Thursday, off, but vlogging. Friday/Saturday, whatever. And then Sunday, May 1st, podcast with XQC. Send. Thumbs up. Have you tried Fade? I have. I did diddly do try her. She was very cool. If you guys want to see, I can show you today, but I think a lot of people have already shown her. 1 day camping trip. It's actually a day and a half, but because of the drops, I can only make it for a day.
Now, she underscore tipped $4.20. Hey. Just coming here to add to what my friend said earlier about the dude on Subathon. He just said 20 hours would not kill him. If you're interested, here's the link, and if you're still not, I understand and respect that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Subathon long stream stuff scares me, but I wish him the best luck. I don't know, man. Some of my friends suggested Auburn. Ew, why does it look like that? Ew, get it off. Get it off. Get it off. Gross. Write a better script. Holy, I literally shook it off of me onto him. Honestly, Gordon looking kind of cute. Sheesh. Sheesh, sheesh, sheesh. Okay. Okay, sir. Wig snatched. Gordon Ramsay snatched my wig. I don't mind though. It really looks better on him than me. Now I can't even try anything because they're all showing up on him. Well, and then the other thing is cool tones look better on you. I think so too. And so when my friend suggested Auburn, I was like, I don't think Auburn is gonna look good on me. I don't know why my brain just says like, it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. Hello. Please put the hair on. Ooh. I don't know, half these filters high-key don't work. Okay, I'll do this. And then the other thing is, I need to decide like what kind of a cut I want so that you guys will like my cut G. So for example, the last stream I had, my hair was parted more in the middle. You guys see? I think I kind of liked it actually. I don't want to do a middle part, but maybe just a little more towards the middle. Gosh, there's just so many options. Truly. Maybe I'll just go bald because this is a lot of work. What do you guys think? Bald? Wolf cut. Did Janet send me the thing here? Ooh. Okay, how about, are there any of these cuts that you guys like? The one that I actually liked the most was this one. But there's a lot of these like wispy pieces, but I worry, like I guess this is the whole point. What do you call this kind of hair? Wispy bits, I guess you'd call it. Curtain bangs, yeah. Oh my god, this is so... Like, this looks beautiful on her. I just don't think it's gonna look as good on me. Okay. Yeah, my hair type is different, so I can't do like really, really short pieces, but a lot of these aren't that short. So let's say these are all, like, let's say this is like curtain bangs. And let's say these are just like framing pieces. Do you guys prefer the blonde cut or these or the dark haircuts? Overwatch shoes tomorrow. The beta is, but the drops are the day after. Become an emo? I don't know about that. Alright, let me poll it.
John Thick tipped $4.20. Thanks for modeling how to learn and advocate for better use of language for a safer and more inclusive gaming community. Words have power and the community is long overdue for a culture shift.
Agreed. Dark red? Okay, wait. Right now we're not even talking about the color. We're actually just talking about the cut. Like these cuts, G, or this one. So if you vote blonde, you prefer this cut. And if you vote dark, you prefer the other ones. You wrote bald. Bro, I'm not going bald. I'm surprised you guys prefer these. I really feel like... I don't know if it's gonna suit my face. Cause I don't really have a... I guess maybe I have a big forehead. Let me see if I can recreate it. In. My whole face is gonna disappear. We thought color. Oh god. Okay, that's not what I meant. Never mind. Are you playing Overwatch 2 with X? Oh, okay, so on the 27th, when there are drops, there's gonna be some games with Adept, XQC, and I think some other people. I will be playing in those. Curtain bangs would frame your face up. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. So some people were also suggesting like auburn hair. Like, you should try this. And for some reason, I genuinely believe I would look fugly. Sorry, I don't want to say that word, but I don't know why. Like, as cool as it sounds to do auburn, I think it's gonna look weird on me. I don't even know why I think this. Cool tones for sure. Is there a cool tone auburn? Like, I don't know why I feel this would look just so mid on me. Ooh, what if I did something like this? I have an idea. Okay, don't judge me. No? You guys don't like that? Okay, just wait for my idea. Don't judge me, just listen. Wait, that kind of worked. Okay, now tell me what you think. You know? Actually, it still has too much of my actual hair color. Huh? Still no? I guess it would just like blend in with my skin a lot. I don't know. I see a lot of no's. I don't fuck with the, I don't like the orange vibes. Okay, what about this? This is more what I would expect. Is this even cool tone though? Here. This is hard. High key. Is this not freaky? I feel like I'm deep faking myself. You know what I always thought is funny? I've always felt like I have such a weird face. Like, I don't know what my face shape really is. Because look, I do this. And I'm a baby. And then I tilt my head down and I look like a completely different human being. Baby. Different human being. Oh wait, I cut out. You know what I mean? It's like this person. How is this person also this person? Anyways. You guys like this color? Bestie, hear me out. Type in Minji Dreamcatcher Odd Eye Era. The way she has her hair dyed. You'll say less. Which one is it? Maybe I should type it in here. I still don't know which it is. I feel so bad covering up these beautiful women and then it's just me, you know? A stripe of red. Actually, black hair does not look good on me. It just doesn't. It's just it's too dark. But maybe if this was like brown with like some lines of red, I don't fucking know. But the other thing is, this is gonna look whack with my curly hair. Like when you do strips of a certain color, it just looks whack with curly hair. You know? A stripe of anything, I think will look really weird when I wear my hair curly. What's the update on the Coachella vlog? I'm getting a final draft today, so it should be up in a day or two. I added a little review at the end, so yeah. Violet/red would look really good on you. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I cannot pull off any... whatchamacallit? I can't pull off any colors, like purple, blue. I am going to look like this. This is gonna be me. If I dye my hair, one of these, this is gonna be me. I promise you. This is... Okay. Low key. This is kind of cute though. I want to Photoshop like my friends' faces onto the other ones. Okay. Oh man. Okay, I'm just so annoyed with myself because I really wanted to do something with my hair, but now I'm looking at my hair color in this camera and it looks good. Like my hair actually looks good like this. But what tone is this right now? What tone is this? Maybe I'll just do a haircut and not a hair color.
200 bits.
Oh my god, bangs. Bang Andy. It's medium brown. What tone? Is this warm tone or neutral or cool toned? Warm, neutral slash warm. Maybe I do. I don't fucking know. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired of using my brain. Someone just tell me what to do and don't make the poll 50-50. No, wait, is it warm? I cannot tell. Bangs kind of work, although you kind of look like a mom. I'm gonna be honest, I am maxing out on my mom points right now. Like, I cannot do any more mom shit. I'm at maximum mom capacity. Too many people are like, oh my god, you're giving mom vibes. And then all of a sudden you're being called mommy. And it's like, okay, but I'm at the edge. Like I'm right there. I'm right there, bro. What does that even mean? It just means too often people tell me that I'm giving mom vibes. You could have 3 kids to max it out. Please stop talking about me having children.
Ignos 5 tipped $2.
Way too many of y'all are starting to sound like my grandma.
To play Overwatch 2 after your rant about Blizzard last year? Genuine question. I don't know if you've changed your stance towards them.
I will probably talk about that right before I play it on the day of. Nikes? Fair question though. I already get called OTV mom. Actually, not a lot of people call me OTV mom. They usually call Yvonne that. Maybe they mean you give off warm, caring vibes. That's really sweet. That's very sweet. Like, listen, I've also been told I give off librarian vibes, substitute teacher, and sometimes grandma when I experiment with certain fits. But maybe that's just the internet. I don't know. You guys are laughing like it's true. 100% librarian vibes. ¿Por qué? ¿Dónde estás, biblioteca? Or something. Auburn would grow on you. The filter looked good. The thing is, the filter was red hair. It wasn't auburn. For some reason, like, my brain is convinced that auburn is gonna look whack. I think the other thing is auburn might look weird, like, without makeup. Hi, sweetie. Oh my gosh, I love her. See, like, actually, red is not my color. I think red looks really good on naturally really pale skin tones. But I think I look better with some color. Yeah, like the filter makes my face redder, so I think it makes it look better than it actually is. Like, look. See? It kind of changes my skin tone. Maybe I should just... Oh, how about this? I do more of a middle part, and then I just do some face framing kind of bangs. Like, inwards. And then... Hold on. I am going far with the experimentation here. I am really trying for you guys. I went too far down the middle though. Something like this. So a bit more in the middle, and then the pieces. Okay, now I look like a fucking founding father. Sorry, I've been trying not to swear, but when you look like a founding father, it's hard not to say, you know, FFF. A freaking founding father. I wrote this here legislation. Or maybe I should just go into the salon and be like, fuck me up, fam. Do whatever you want, whatever you think looks good. And then, yeah. What do you guys think? And then it'll be a surprise to everybody. Go back to the part that I had. Yeah, do that. Okay. I'm such a substitute teacher, bruv. Worst, Pokimane, you attack people who speak badly of you. You can do it with your big arms and your titanic size. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of fucking swole. I probably could beat the shit out of anybody who's talking some shit. Sure. Have you seen these guns? I know. It's a lot. I try not to take them out because I haven't gotten the license for them yet, but actually it's fine. Does anyone else just one day they're like, I gotta fucking change my hair, and then the next day they're like, actually it's fine? There are so many things that I attribute to my age or my hormones, and it makes me think like, do you ever get to be normal? Or like feel normal? Or is it just the human condition to be so easily influenced by sentiments and life circumstances and whatever? I'm too scared to change my hairstyle, and I feel like sometimes I should be a little more adventurous. I recommend it. If you're scared of taking a risk, take a calculated one. And what I mean by that is, one, do a small change that is easily reversible. Like, for example, get certain bangs, because bangs can grow out pretty quickly, you know, like you're not gonna be boned for a year, as opposed to like cutting your hair super short if you did that. So yeah, just take calculated small risks and then see how you feel, and take more if it ended up paying off, and don't. So go bald immediately. If my hair grew fast and I was a man, I would want to go bald at least once in my life. You know what I mean? Like, just see what I look like. Luckily, I can't do that. I could do this, and I can do this. Man, my throat has been feeling so weird. High key ever since Coachella. Should I take a COVID test? I have one at home. Yeah? Okay. Let's do it. But then you guys have to waste time with me for 30 minutes. Hold on. Was Gordon? Damn. Was it on him? All right. COVID test. Oh. My air filter isn't on. Alrighty-o, everybody. Boom. You're so cute. Please don't press the power button, but you're so cute. All right. COVID. All right. So, where are the instructions? Setup test. Open test unit. Pouch. Mimi. All right, open test unit, patch 1. That's this. No shot you got the Rona. I really hope not, but let's find out. So we have this little thingy. And then I put the batteries inside. I can't even open it. Ow! 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 Don't worry, I got my little scissors. Batteries, yeah. Batteries? Yeah, they go in the thing. I feel like some of our friends for sure got... I was gonna say they got Coachella at COVID. Got COVID at Coachella. They got COVIDella. So it says ready. And then remove this sample seal, which I think is this. And it has a little vial, like this. And then I think I open the top, like this. And I place that inside. All right. And then, for this test to work, it is important that you swab both nostrils. Remove swab and hold with handle end. Do not set swab down. Boop. Tilt head back and gently insert swab tip until it is fully inside your nostril and you meet resistance. Once swab tip is fully inside nostril, roll the swab 5 times around the inside walls of your nostril. All the way in. The swab should be touching the walls of the nostril as you rotate. that hurt so much? Ow! Oh my god, I'm crying. Well, I think I went deep enough. Okay, to collect a good sample. Stir, swab, and run test. Okay. So I'm supposed to put it in and then stir it 15 times. And then I discard. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh. Oh no, I did it 16 times. And then I close this. Oh, it's flashing, which means it's doing the thing. Okay. Well, oh my god, should we do predictions? Predictions on whether or not I have COVID? This is the most streamer shit ever. Truly. This is the most streamer shit ever. Good god. I mean, we can. Listen, I've been having a lot of headaches recently. I don't know if that's related. But I'm also really stuffy, but I'm stuffy like all the time. Do you have COVID? Do I have COVID? I hope you guys get lots and lots of points. I hope I don't have COVID. That would screw over my week so bad. I won't be able to go to the OTV camping trip. A bunch of other things. Oh my god, that's a poll. That's still kind of funny. Polling me. Well, a mod can do the prediction. There you go, there you go. I need to blow my nose. Damn. All right. Oh, wow. That is so many points. Oh my god. It's still going, and I think it's supposed to go for like 30 minutes, TBH. Let me take this filter off. It's kind of troll. Hi, Key. I'm kind of glad I was a girl, because I don't think I'd make a very cute man. Wait, this is a bit of a vibe. Freedom! Guns and stuff, yes! And McDonald's every 250 feet. America! This is a James Charles filter. No, thank you. That's enough balding for me. That's enough balding. Alrighty-o. So we have some time to waste for the COVID test. So let's look at some stuff. Well, let me fix my camera first. Boop. Boop. Meow, 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 meow. Beautiful. The trolls, they're kind of cute, huh? All right. So the 27th, I will have Overwatch drops, and I'm so fucking excited. I'm so fucking excited. I really am. I hope I do well. I'm kind of scared because like Adept, XQC, they're all gonna be people that I've played before and that are good at Overwatch, and I'm just gonna be clueless Andy, but I'm gonna do my best. This limited time campaign begins April. Oh my god, there's actually so many people. I think. LMNOP. That's me. Hello. Hello. I will be doing drops and stuff. Yes. I love Overwatch. I haven't played in a hot minute, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know what this is, but I saw women must delete Instagram and Fresh and Fit, and I was just too curious. Can we just listen to this and see if it's meme-worthy, please?
For free?
So if you guys don't know, Fresh and Fit have a podcast called Fresh and Fit. One of them is called Fresh, and the other one is called Fit. I'm so sorry. It's really hard not... It's really hard to talk about this because, like, that's so funny. Like, what if my whole name was, like... I named myself Beautiful. I'm beautiful, and that's gorgeous. I don't know, man. So, this is the Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know who's fresh, and I don't know who's fit. But one is one, and the other's the other, okay?
Based on the way I look? Okay. I guess.
So let's see
you
the
guys, this is again, a lot of women like to... Okay, men and women are not the same. We're not the same at all. Okay, I'll give you guys an example. Can I get into a nightclub for free? Just based on the way I look?
Yes.
Maybe.
What
No.
If you have enough clout.
100% no. But you can't use. You cannot use
the security guards.
Okay. So I can't get into a nightclub for free based on my look. Can I sell feet pictures for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and possibly make a living off it?
I can.
If you find that, if you find out what loves feet, maybe.
Okay, you're still
So
living
wait.
in the, ladies, stop cutting me off. Stop cutting me off.
Yes, you
So
can.
you're still living.
Right? Like, men can sell feet pics too. You know what? If you are a guy and I don't know how else to say this. If you're a man with petite feet, take advantage. I'm just saying, the market is hot. I already do. Good for you, King. Men can sell feet pics to men. Listen, the market is hot. They don't need to know where the feet are coming from, whom's feet they are. It's none of their business.
In Disney
If you
World.
want
No, I'm
selfie,
talking about reality.
so-
Can a man make a living off of his sexuality like a woman can?
No.
Okay.
Wait,
So-
aren't there male adult stars? I understand it's not to the same degree or the same rate. But anyways, let's just hear
Therefore, we
his
have
whole
different rules
point.
and privileges.
Because I always think it's weird when they're like, women women have all these privileges, right, ladies? And then the ladies are like, I guess. And it's like, what's your point? Girls have certain privileges and guys have certain privileges. Okay, let's go on. Where are you taking this?
So it is ridiculous for you guys to try to impose your rules and realities on a man that doesn't have nearly the same amount of privileges. That's like me telling you guys, I need you all to bench 2.
Okay, pause, champ. What do you call it when you make someone agree with a certain point just to make a point that's unrelated? Does that make sense? Because he's like, women have certain privileges. Yes. So why are you guys trying to impose rules on men who don't have as many privileges? And it's like, hold up. Who started comparing? Who said point blank period women have more advantages than men? What aboutism? Women have more privileges than men. Would you guys agree with that statement? I'm curious. Hell no. You know what's interesting? When a dude says some shit like this, I would happily ask him, oh, so you would trade places with a woman right now? Because anytime I've ever asked any male friend of mine, if you could choose right now to be born a woman, would you do it? None of them say yes. Not a single one. That doesn't mean that there isn't a single one, but I think the majority, or at least a lot of the guys that I've talked to are like, hell no, like if anything, I'm almost glad that I was born a dude and not a girl. Depends on the subject. That's why I'm saying like point blank period, because he's claiming that women just period have more privileges than men. I would trade places with a woman. I'm transgender. I did want to say this is like not including
$5. Women would also get overlooked for construction jobs and trades more often than men do. Like, tell me the last time you've seen a female electrician or plumber. Also, engineering is 95% male, 5% female.
Don't talk to me about engineering. I'll cry.
25.
Anyways.
None of you guys can do it, right?
But what does that have to?
That's like me telling you guys, I need you all to bench 225. None of you guys can do it, right?
I'll fucking do it right now. Pass me the weights. Just to prove you wrong, I'll fucking do it right now.
But what does that have to do with a conversation, though?
He has a very he has the same argumentation style every time. He makes a statement that sounds a little vague and ridiculous. And then he backs it up by saying a statement that's factually true. For example, men can keep their Instagram, women can't. Why? Because women aren't expected to stay on the boat if it's capsizing. Huh? Where's the link there?
Yeah,
I mean, that's true.
That's true, but that
has nothing to do with this. No, you don't understand. There's different standards. Because there's different standards, we get different privileges. Well, by that logic, you have certain privileges as a male that women don't have, right? You're physically stronger. You are born that way. You could.
I just thought it's weird that he was like, women have privileges. Yeah. And then he concluded that they have way more privileges than guys. By the way, I think his overall point is like women must delete Instagram. Essentially, like in a relationship, girls shouldn't have Instagram, but guys should. That's his point, I think. I haven't watched this, so I don't know.
The week. By that logic, because you have that physical privilege, that means that they should get some special right to do some fuckery.
You know what? I'll delete my Instagram, but you have to take my trash out twice a week, every single fucking week. Deal? Deal. You have to carry all of my heavy packages up to my house, unbox them, and recycle the packaging. Deal? Deal. No deal, no. Listen, you have advantages. You're physically built better. I'm just weak woman. Oh no. Now go take out my trash, please. It's so heavy. I hate it. And I always fuck up because I let it overpile way too much. And then when I try to take it out, it bursts and then it leaks on the floor. And then I have to drag it all the way to the garbage. And then afterwards, I have to clean the whole fucking floor because it leaked all the way. It's terrible. I need a man to throw out my garbage. This is where my gendered conversations always go. You know what? Just take out the fucking trash, please.
Lapuo6 cheered 200 bits. I would trade
No,
places with women.
fuck.
There may be a chance I would physically disabled.
Sorry, I don't know what this second sentence means. I would physically disable.
Talking about.
I get your point of view, but think about this, right? If the guy you want is just asking you to do certain things, why would you put your feelings, like for example, you know what you want, well, but don't you care what he wants as well? 'Cause
Exactly.
if you want the guy,
Of course.
it's like a.
What
if I
does
say
he
to you,
say?
you know what? Do whatever you want to do, but if you want me, here's my standards. And the guy is gonna pay your bills, take care of you.
COVID
He's gonna give
cam.
you kids. That's kind of like how you start a family.
Well, if you want the girl, that she's gonna say like, well, then you delete your Instagram too. No. I'm not gonna delete mine, but you gotta delete yours. If you want me, you gotta delete mine.
It's like it's
What
asking
the
you
hell
to
did
do
he
certain
say?
things. Why would you put your feelings, like for example, you know what you want, well, but don't you care what he wants as well? 'Cause if
Exactly.
you want the guy,
Of course.
it's like
Pure 6 cheers,
I think it's more
200
important to
bits,
understand
not
why
be
someone
disabled.
wants something.
Sorry.
For example, let's say I started dating someone and I want them to emotionally support me when I need it and be able to prioritize me. And they want me to never speak to a man ever again. You know, there are reasonable requests and kind of unreasonable requests. They'll be like, yeah, your dad, find another mom or some shit. You know, it's like, maybe it's not just the fact that there's a request. Maybe we should consider what the request is and why.
if I say to you, you know what, do whatever you want to do, but if you want me, here's my standards. And the guy is gonna pay your bills, take care of you. He's gonna give you kids. That's kind of like how you start a family.
Well,
Well, I've been paying my own bills. Actually, with the money, I could just pay my bills for the rest of my life at this, if I'm being, so. Anyways, I think I'm an edge case, so maybe
if
not
you
me.
want the girl, that she's gonna say like, well, then you delete your Instagram too. No. I'm not gonna delete mine, but you gotta delete yours. If you want me, you gotta delete mine. If you want the girl, then why don't you compromise and do the
Because
same?
he's the prize. Because they're the prize.
How
You
long
said
till
it
the COVID
before.
results? Probably like 10
Women
minutes?
think
I
that
don't
they're
know.
the prize. You don't need those men. You don't need this. And all these men, red pill and everything, they think that everybody think they're the
He can give you kids. You know, you could also just like go adopt them. You could also just like go to a sperm bank. I know, but like really, it's not that much of an honor if I'm being. There's so many ways. There are so many ways. There are so many ways. There are so many ways.
prize and try to persuade each other that they're the prize.
I accidentally,
And try to persuade each other that they're the prize.
I don't accidentally Instagram, but what I do is answer the password. Because look, if you're not hiding shit, then it doesn't matter. But if you're hiding shit, then you won't give it to me.
I think that's okay. I think that's
I actually disagree. I think if you need your partner's Instagram password, then you already don't trust them. You already don't trust them. I think it's different if like, hey, you're like, oh, let me look at the stories on your Insta or something. And then they start acting weird. You shouldn't go into a relationship right off the cuff with trust issues. You should then see if there are trust issues. Password sharing is weird, except Netflix, we we share that one. I feel like this is such an old school method of thought. I can imagine even like 5-10 years ago, I also used to think like, oh yeah, just share passwords, do whatever, right? But now I realize, no, you shouldn't need to. It's so unnecessary. If someone gives you a reason not to trust them, maybe, but otherwise, don't go into the relationship like, hey, oh, are we officially dating now? Okay, I'm gonna need a list of every single account you own and all of the passwords. I also need to see your checking and savings balances, your SSN, a screenshot of your passport, your birth certificate, just in case I need to steal your identity someday. And I'll see you at dinner on Sunday. Bye, sweetie. The fuck? Okay. Credit card info is important. Facts. Oh my God, you know what? I actually have a friend. I kid you not. She was scammed by a guy that she was dating. Like, they dated for a long time. He wasn't Or like they were seeing each other, never official. And then at some point he just asked her for hella money. Yeah, she basically got Tinder swindlered. Yeah. Disgusting shit. If my girlfriend needs help lifting something or she wants me to just lift something, I'll do it. I grew up doing labor jobs. I look at it as a workout. But if she wants to carry things herself, she can do it. I'm gonna be honest, I can't. I love women's rights, equality all the way, but just please take out my trash. All I need in life is someone to take out my trash. And I cannot reiterate this enough. Just please take out. We don't need to hang out. Just take the fucking trash out. That shit stank and it's heavy. Just get it made. But I got one. But she comes once every 2 weeks and my trash needs to be taken out more often than that. Someone said, if a woman is dropping my kid out of her body, dropping it, bloop, I'll be taking out the trash every day, carrying everything. I'd be doing everything because I can never have a whole person come out of me. True, true, true. True, 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 true.
Fine.
Because now I can see where her head is at.
Drop the
Yeah.
baby.
What if she would ask you for your password?
There you go.
First off, her head is at. Just answer the password. Because look, if you're not
I'm gonna
hiding
ask for
shit,
the password.
then it doesn't matter. But if you're hiding shit, then you won't give it to me.
I think that's okay. I think
Yeah.
that's fine.
Because now I can see where her head is at.
Yeah.
What if she would ask you for your password?
First off,
I can't believe instantly first off, well, if you're not hiding shit, shouldn't you not be worried? Shouldn't you just like not be worried?
Hey, man.
to me, it's just like, you know what? If you can give up something to get way better in return, why not give it up? Women don't want to settle. That's and I get it. You don't want to settle. You don't want to give up your power. You don't give up your independence. I get it 100%. But if you want a man that's high value, I'm sorry, you gotta give something up.
You guys 100% sound like dudes who are not willing to settle. That's exactly what you sound like. But expect all the compromise in the world. Will not.
Position because
The fuck is high value? These guys are beta, sorry. What is... I think that's what bothers me whenever I've seen clips of theirs. Anytime they are caught being unfair or double standardsy or whatever, they just go, oh, well, it's because I'm a high value man. That's why I need her password and she cannot have mine. Because, you know, if you expect a high value man, okay. Sometimes it sounds like they want like a sugar baby. You know, a situation where you're giving someone money and they have to comply with your desires. But the thing is, in this day and age, that's just not the majority of relationships. It's just not. What is a sugar baby? Oh, I'm so sorry. A sugar baby is a dynamic where a man pays for a woman's time and to essentially be in a relationship with her. But yeah, the high value should have just... It is. It really is. And the thing is, it's just so unrelatable. I mean, guys want to relate to this idea of like, yeah, I'm high value. I make $35K a year. I'm high value because I'm willing to be high value. So I'm high value. And I think they like the idea, but it's like, nowadays, women earn enough to take care of themselves and you just got to bring more to the table. I said $35K for a reason, okay?
women will fight tooth and nail to maintain their social
Tenzin
media
Mantis
access.
tipped
And
$2.
what I'm saying
My
is
GF
that
said I sound like a woman hater because I said Jadu and Herd both sound like narcissists to me. I feel like I am in the wrong for taking sides with Will and Johnny. My mum and GF both have this POV and won't listen to anything I say regarding this.
Hold up, what? My GF said I sound like a woman hater because I said Jada and Herd both sound like narcissists to me. I feel like I'm in the wrong for taking sides with Will and Johnny. My mum and GF both have this POV and won't listen to anything I say regarding this. I think it depends what angle you come at it with. I think it makes sense for like Amber Heard, for example. and all the lies she has. Like, obviously, if you're lying to the public like that, yeah, you probably are kind of a narcissist. I don't know why you would compare that to Jada, though. Jada just had like a weird thing happen to her publicly. I just think they're very different situations. I personally wouldn't compare them. Is the COVID test done yet? You see it right here in the bottom right.
A lot of guys, they just won't admit it, but they don't want you showing your ass on Instagram. But they're not going to say anything to you because most guys are pussies and scared of losing the girl.
I'm going to agree with them there. I think for most dudes, it does make them uncomfortable that their women would be showing up in.
All right, what do you guys think? If you have a hot girlfriend and let's say she posts a bikini photo on Instagram, do you care? Why you skip? Oh, sorry. I feel bad like showing people's reaction and me reacting to people's reaction. So I'm honestly here for the clips and so that we can talk about it. This is so cute. This is so cute. No, I'd hype her up. Aww. No, because I'm not insecure. I will agree with them that I think that might bother a lot of guys, but only because I think they've been trained to have it bother them. But in reality, like once they move past that insecurity, it won't bother them much. And I don't think most guys want to be bothered by that. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna lie, Loki would make me uncomfortable if that's the only kind of stuff she posts. I think that's kind of reasonable depending on what kind of a person you are. So let's say you are a more traditional, modest person. I understand if you might not relate to having a partner who is more willing to sexualize themselves. But if you out here posting just as many thirst traps and you're like, oh my God, my girl in a bikini, no, I think that's a little cringe. If I'm with that person, that's because I trust they want me. If they post a sexy photo, I wouldn't mind, but it's when they decide to actually do something like send inappropriate text, etc., that it's wrong. Of course. I mean, at that point, it's literally cheating. Guys, the COVID test is still right here. It's still processing. Pokey, what if it is religion? Yeah, that's what I meant. If one person is religious and they're like, I don't do that kind of thing, so I don't feel comfortable dating someone who does that kind of thing, I think that's pretty understandable. But if someone like posts shirtless pics and is at the gym 24/7, is like, look at me, and then they're like, oh my God, my girl can't post in like shorts. That's a little hypocritical in my opinion. No double standards, basically, yeah. Also, I have spoken, I'm 25 years old. I've met a man or two. And I have been so pleasantly surprised. Like, when I was younger, I used to think all guys would be bothered by a girl getting attention from other men. But as soon as I met dudes who were like, no, if other people find my girl hot, it's because she's fucking hot. Let's go. Woo. I was like, it was like I met a unicorn. I was like, you motherfuckers exist? Whoa. Whoa. And then I started to learn, well, a lot of people can be like that, actually. And it's the immature, insecure ones that are the other way. It's more about how she responds to the attention. True? That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, like, if my dude is on a list of like hottest men in the world, what am I gonna do? Fucking be mad? That's great. Good for him. Yeah, it really is high school shit, in my opinion. Let us continue.
If it's mutual. If you want me to delete it, you can delete it too.
But that's the
and
problem.
That's never going to be an issue.
But men and women aren't equal, though. I get what you're saying, but you're looking at it like
Men and women are not equal, Sag. It makes me so sad to hear this kind of rhetoric because I feel like they're just tricking people. And let's be honest, there are people online that aren't fully built. Some of them are young, so it's understandable why they're not mentally fully built. But let me explain. They try to use this idea that because men and women are different, that we cannot be treated equally. You know? So they're saying we're not equal, and you'll say, why? And they're like, because we're born differently. Those are different things. Exactly. My cousin falls for this shit. It makes me so sad to imagine guys that fall for this shit because, like, I swear to you, you're being tricked. But that's a fact. Yes, women and men are different. That does not mean that, especially in this day and age, we need to be treated unequally. Especially with something like fucking Instagram. A man and a woman can go through the process of making an Instagram all the same. All the damn same. All the damn same, okay? Am I negative? Let's go! Woo, woo, woo. Come here, chat. It's okay for me to do that because I'm negative. No, Vid, let's go. I gotta pee. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Negative. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hello. Congrats to everybody who probably got a hell of a lot of points there. Stickers for everyone. Here, I'm gonna put this here. Huh? What was that clip? Aw, but also I'm happy for you. That was so cute. That was really cute. Akis, let's finish these clips.
Like from a lens of, well, I'll delete mine if he deletes his, but what I'm telling you is that you guys are not the same.
No, deleted too.
But that's the
and
problem.
That's never gonna be an issue with
But
me.
men and women aren't equal, though. I get what you're saying, but you're looking at it like from a lens of, well, I'll delete mine if he deletes his, but what I'm telling you is that you guys are not the same.
No, we're not the same. But if you want something from me, I want something from you too. And
Can you imagine these are the kind of guys that send you money? The dono says women in Western society are so privileged. They've been rendered slow bus. Actually, I don't know what slow bus means. But that's just so weird.
Boomer underscore Coomer underscore 420
Thank
tips
you.
$2.
Same and
Hi
equal
Poki,
are
if
not
you're
the
doing
same.
React content, I was recently in a Jubilee video asking the son of a billionaire questions.
Ooh, maybe I'll
Would
watch
love
that.
to see you react to it. It's fire content. I'm Kane
Just
Guy.
because men and women aren't the same doesn't mean we shouldn't be treated equally. Thank you.
And I want it to be in the same level.
You're getting your life
balanced.
protected by a man.
You're getting your life protected by man. So because of that, I get to.
Go take my trash out. Go. Right now. But also, like, they'll take the trash out for you and be like, I'm protecting you. Delete your Instagram. Oh. You're protecting me from having to wash my hands. Crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
And also,
You
a
got some?
big cause of like things ending for couples is social media.
Social media.
It could be stories
Yep.
that
So delete yours. So why does she need to delete hers and not you? You know what? I actually wouldn't mind. Like, I don't think it's super crazy for a guy to be like, I personally really don't like social media and I would prefer it if my partner didn't have it either. If you both don't have it. At the end of the day, I just am so tired of this double standard ass shit. Like, whatever you apply to yourself, you should apply to other people too. That's it. And what you apply to your partner should apply to you too. Point blank, period.
partners
It's
didn't know
not
about.
that
It could be DMs, it could
complicated.
be like Facebook messages from high school sweethearts back in the day. Like it could end things prematurely. So I'm just saying, as a caution for us to grow together.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
But by that logic, wouldn't you delete yours because you want us to grow together? No?
Oh.
Doesn't that apply both ways? Because you're not on Instagram looking at women every day and all.
Or is he saying that there's no way anyone in high school could have possibly liked him, so they will for sure not be hitting him up? Are you saying you don't need to delete your Instagram because nobody hits on you and there's no way that it would get in the way of your relationship? Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Wait, this is so cute. Make a joint Instagram. Wicked. And actually, that's a really cute idea. That's really cute. That's so cute. Exactly. Men and women are not the same, but that doesn't mean women should be treated unfairly.
Ogling them and then being tempted by women. Don't you reduce your opportunities to cheat? No? You don't increase? Okay. Hey, listen, I'm just listening. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You're the experts.
I would want it to be a mutual thing, because just like how girls can get DMs, you can be going into another girl's DM and liking all those pictures and DMing her and saying, oh, she saw all this.
Facts.
She's right. And you know, shout out to these women for pushing back a little bit. I think we all
That's
thought it was
true.
goofy, so I don't need to get too deep into it, right? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you going to delete your Instagram?
little
What do
bit.
you guys think?
What if her Instagram is humble? She doesn't have 15K followers. She doesn't have she's not going live all the time. She doesn't have crazy pictures. What if it's just a regular Instagram?
I'll say there's
Most girls don't have regular
Yeah.
Instagrams. They're advertising themselves to some degree. I get what you're saying, but the exception is not the rule. Follow.
Here's the thing that we also have to acknowledge. A lot of women do not do that stuff. We act like everybody's out here
I don't know. Sometimes people just like to post their nails and cute shit. I think these guys live in a bit of a warped world because I think they live in Miami. So maybe they're used to a certain type of culture. But for the rest of the world, like even me living in LA, shit out here is very different than like back home in Canada where I come from. Miami, omega lol. Well, I think they talk a lot about like Miami club culture, all that stuff. So I'd assume maybe they're talking about a specific set of people, but it's like that's just not everyone. Basically oh yeah. So this is a podcast about women needing to delete their Instagram if they're in a relationship. Bro, don't you come from Africa? I was born in Africa, Morocco, but I grew up in Canada. True, man, but she is a feminist woman. Let her talk some nonsense and shit like supporting 100% equality. Huh? Always go for Twitter girls, not Insta girls. I don't think there's a crazy difference. I just don't think there's a crazy difference. Every girl has lots of followers on Instagram. It's not like some girls are self-conscious because of Instagram or anything. It's fucking Instagram, dude. It's fucking Instagram. Like, it's not that deep.
First transplant. It's not true.
It's just
Private.
and the people that are watch or
And if you want your girl to delete Instagram, you should delete it too. Point blank, period. Pow! A lot of people have been asking me to check out the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. So I have a couple videos here. They're not crazy long. I really don't know anything about this. So let's just go into it blind, see what happens. I am quite curious, though. I really am.
Paul Bettany's a good friend that you...
Wait, can I pee first? I'm giving you 60 seconds. And only because you're subbed. And only because you're subbed, okay? Quick. Fast. Come on. Oh my god, I did see the live stream. It has like 200,000 viewers. Aw, you're welcome. How do you feel about this quote? Don't respect her because she is a woman, but respect her because you're a man. Just respect people. It doesn't matter what your gender is or what their gender is. They are a human being. Human respect human. Excuse, you've been watching all day? Respect. What's the thing about Depp? So Amber Heard accused him of being physically abusive. And he basically said that he hasn't been, and now they are in court debating it all. Have you seen the Good Bro, Bad Bro podcast? Very controversial issues on women. No. No. I'm just a little bit tired of seeing clips of men talking about women, if I'm being honest. Sorry, like, less so talking about, like, you know, if you want to say, hey, this is my dating experience and this happened, you know, like, you could talk about whatever. But sometimes it feels like I just see clips of guys almost like trying to govern what women should and shouldn't do. Does that make
9801
sense?
cheered 200 bits. That's what social media is. Self-promotion. Anyway, need a prom date. DM'd me at PewDiePie on Instagram, smile.
At PewDiePie on Instagram. Depp is suing for 50 mil for defamation of character. I think he deserves more, if I'm being honest. I guess my point is, anytime I hear about these podcasts, they always seem to come from such a entitled perspective. Like, women need to do this, and they must behave this way, and they must do this, and they must do that. It's like, whoa, chill. Chill, bro. Chill. Jesus Christ. I have not seen that clip. Okay, sorry. Let's watch the.
You've done drugs with,
Start
right?
watching this.
That's a strange question.
Paul Bettany's a good friend that you've done drugs with, right?
That's
Huh?
a strange question. Paul Bettany is a good friend. Yes.
You've done drugs with him.
Yes, I have.
Cocaine, right?
Cocaine, yes.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, yes.
Denim shirt
Pills,
What is
was
this-
cheered 200
What is
bits.
this relevant
It
to?
seems
Are they
to be a
supposed to
mutually
be
abusive and
able to
toxic
ask
relationship.
stuff like that?
They both did wrong, and Heard just elevated the case.
Isn't this like, how do you say, not related?
Xanax and Adderall, right?
Yeah, shouldn't there be an objection?
That I'm not so sure of.
Okay. Mr. Depp, you remember giving testimony in
I know the reason they ask this shit to try to make him look bad, but then shouldn't... It's very relevant, is it?
the trial in the
I guess
UK,
we'll see.
correct?
Yes.
And you gave that testimony under oath, right?
Yes.
You
For the relationship?
you gave quite a bit of testimony in that trial, right?
I wouldn't be able to judge that myself. It felt like a lot.
Okay, well, let's take a look at some of it. And you see that on the bottom of that page, there's a discussion of Paul Bettany and the drugs that you did together. And there was a question. The question is, any sort of pills? And your answer is yes. There could have been Xanax, or if he asked for Xanax or Adderall, whatever, I would, of course, give it to him. Question. So you would supply Paul Bettany with whatever medication or controlled drugs he asked for?
Who the fuck is Paul Bettany? I'm sorry. I think it would, maybe I just don't know who it is, so. The Vision. Oh, he's a famous, okay, got it. What is his relation to their relationship? Vision, dude. Yo, isn't it low-key crazy to be like, oh my god, all these actors are doing cocaine and Xannies together? Was the test negative? It was. They're besties. Okay. Nothing new? Bro, I'm a child. Like, wow.
Or is that right? Answer. If he was feeling anxious or if he was feeling unpleasant, I would give him what he asked for. Question. Would you give him a Xanax? Answer. Yes. Did I read that right?
You certainly did, yes, sir.
And you shared, the two of you shared an enjoyment of controlled drugs or alcohol at that time, right?
The two of us were making a film together.
With respect, sir, that wasn't my question. My question was the two of you shared an enjoyment of controlled drugs and alcohol at that time. Yes or no?
At times.
Yes. And Ms. Heard was quite adamant that you didn't drink anymore and that you should stop using recreational drugs, right?
Oh, yes.
And she didn't like it when you were high on drugs or drunk on alcohol, right?
She didn't like it when it was her perception.
So it was funny because you said drunk on alcohol. Like you'd be drunk on something else.
That I was.
She didn't like it when you were drunk on Capri Sun. Did she? Yeah, the fuck does it matter?
Her perception is quite different than the truth.
Drunk on life,
And
yes, sir.
that's what we're after, is the truth. Mr. Depp, this is a text message exchange that you had with Paul Bettany on June 11th, 2013, correct?
Yes, correct.
You text Mr. Bettany, let's burn Amber, 3 exclamation points, right? You see that?
I do see that.
And at this time, June 11th, 2013, Amber is your girlfriend or perhaps even your fiance at this point, correct?
Girlfriend,
yep.
For sure.
After that, you made another comment, and I'd like to apologize to the court and to the jury for some of the language that I'm going to have to use today, but unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of documents with language like this. After you said, let's drown her before we burn her, Mr. Depp, you said, I will her burnt corpse afterwards to make sure she is dead. That's what you said that you would do after you burned her and after you drowned her. Did I read that right?
You certainly did, yes.
And you wrote that about the woman who would later become your wife?
Yes, I did.
Okay. On Jan-
Did y'all know that? I feel it's crazy because we idolize these relationships that are in the public eye, and then this is the type of shit they're talking about and saying and doing. I feel like things that are in the public eye to this extent are sometimes so extreme. I've said worse about my ex. I haven't. Damn. And, you know, to be fair, this does happen also in relationships that aren't in the public eye, but I'm just saying, like, wow.
N1's tear tipped $2. Did you watch Johnny Case all the other days, or is this the first day, and why so?
This is the first day. I just haven't gotten around to really looking into what's occurred. So I'm just seeing some stuff, or like watching some recap videos, like trial highlights. Hold up.
January
So these guys are texting about burning someone and then the dead okay.
17th, 2013, Mr. Depp. You texted the following. For the
I
idiot
looked up
cow.
Paul Vision. I wanted to see what he looked like because I couldn't remember. He was being a bro to a friend. Let's back that up just a little bit. Maybe we shouldn't put talking about burning our wives under the bro category, because I want to date someone who has some bros, but I don't want them to talk to their bros about that. There is context. Okay.
3 exclamation points. Next text. Will do. I'll smack the ugly around before I let her in. Don't worry. Apologies again to the court and the jury for this language. And then you close by saying, did that worthless hooker arrive? Did I read that right?
You did, sir.
One of your good friends that you've taken drugs with before is Marilyn Manson, right?
Yes, we've taken, we've drank together. We've.
You know what's really surprising? How calm he's being throughout all this. Yes, those were the texts where I called my wife a worthless hooker and said that I would have intercourse with her burned corpse after I burn it. Yes, that is correct. Oh my god. Yeah, give him the Oscar, bro. Jeezy Louise.
We've had cocaine together maybe a couple of times.
Pills, right? With Marilyn Manson?
I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much.
Okay, wait, that's, look. The calm demeanor out the window. Look at his smile.
I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much. Sorry.
All right. I get it. And on line 22, you were asked a question. The night before you were due to meet up, did you have a heated discussion on the telephone with Miss Heard about what was happening with James Franco, the scene she was doing with James Franco? Answer, I do not recall, but it is highly likely. Did I read that right?
In fact, I'm not sure where you are.
Okay. Day
Sorry.
2, page 293. It's on page 32 of the document.
Line 22, I think, is the issue.
Page 32, line 22. Thank you, Your Honor.
Line 22.
Line
Okay.
22 on page 32.
Yes.
Too many numbers. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
that's right, thank you.
question, the night before you were due to meet up, did you have a heated discussion on the telephone with Miss Heard about what was happening with James Franco, the scene she was doing with James Franco? Answer, I do not recall, but it is highly likely. Did I read that right?
You did.
And you suspected that Amber was having an affair with James Franco, correct?
293.
That was
Page
the reason for your argument.
293.
Yeah, yes.
Let's do this. So is it your testimony that right after you cut your finger off, that you, or right after, I won't give you anything to argue with me yet, right after you sustained an injury to your finger,
Sorry.
that you, right after you sustained an injury to your finger, is it your testimony that you did not ask for cocaine and ecstasy right after you told the doctor about your finger injury? Is that your testimony?
Regardless of what date you believe works within the world time zone,
Lawton tipped $2. The texts between Depp and Paul were all nonsense. They used it as a way to help deal with the situation he was going through. He testified that it was all just nonsense and would never become real.
I see. She cut his finger? Okay, I hope we get to all of that with this video.
I don't believe that someone who has gone through opiate dependency, who has lost the ability to produce dopamine and serotonin in their own body, because that's what the opiate
N1's
does.
tear
Your
tip
body
to
no longer needs
$2.
to.
When
Is
you
that-
watch the case
is-
live,
is that
don't
what
forget
happened
to
with
do
him?
this. Very important just in case. X does it in this clip.
Oh my god. Man.
Why does he look like Slender Man, bro? Just stand. Why are you doing this? Oh my gosh.
The dopamine or the serotonin.
Wait, so did he have an opioid, opiate, yes, very badly. That is so sad.
He even cheered 200 bits. Damn it, Pokey. Why is your laugh so contagious?
He. Opioid addiction. I think I said that right. Yes, he was very addicted. It must feel so terrible, especially to know, like, because I've had this addiction, my body literally cannot produce dopamine anymore. Point blank, period.
The
I
dopamine and
cannot feel
serotonin, as
happy.
you know, I imagine, are things that keep us it gives us our moods. It gives us.
I appreciate that, but my question wasn't that. My question was,
I'm just trying
right
to
after
school
you told the
on-
doctor about your finger injury, you were asking for coke. It's entirely possible that you were asking for cocaine and ecstasy.
Objection.
Yes
calls
or
for
no?
Speculation. I'll allow that question. Answer it.
Clearly need more Whitey stuff. Yes, it's a reference to cocaine.
Motherfucker said more whitey stuff.
But that doesn't. There's nothing here that says that I enjoy.
Your Honor, needy whitey stuff. Yes, I was referencing cocaine. Yes. I think he's trying to make the point that, like, I had an opiate addiction. When bad shit happens, sometimes I need drugs to feel something.
Ingested the drug.
Not saying there is, but you were asking for more cocaine and you were asking for more ecstasy, correct?
I wasn't asking for more ecstasy. I was asking for ecstasy because that was what I was requested by Ms. Hurt.
This is where you tell Amber in a recording
By Ms. Hurt?
that you mentioned the day I chopped my finger off. So let's listen to that.
Fight you're talking about? I don't know.
I'm talking about Australia, the day that
Now
I
we're
shot
talking
my
about
finger.
Australia. Okay. Yes.
You hear that? When you said the day I chopped my finger off? Let's play it again. Let's
That'd be
do it again.
great, thank you.
Fight you're talking about? I don't know.
I'm
which
talking about
one.
Australia, the day that I
Now we're
shot
talking
my
about
finger.
Australia. Okay.
Are you sure that's
Yeah, let's do it one more
He
time.
didn't
what
even
I
finish
said?
his
Or is it the
sentence.
day that I got my finger chopped off?
No, you say the day that I chopped my finger off. So let's play it one more time because I think I left out the word that. It says the day that I chopped my finger off.
Fight you're talking about? I don't know.
I'm
which
talking about
one.
Australia, the day that
Now
I
we're
shot
talking
my
about
finger off.
Australia. Okay.
I guess I hear it more.
I'm not so sure. In fact, earlier you had
But it's
quoted
hard to say
Jerry
for
Judge
sure.
from the airplane tape is calling me. Wait till he falls asleep, and I'm positive that those words never left his mouth because he would have. If I would have been making those noises in the bathroom.
I agree with this. The audio is so bad that it shouldn't even be proof because he can alter what you hear by saying what you should hear in the clip. Yeah. So when he said, like, it sounds like the day that I chopped my finger off, it goes, the day that I... So we start thinking, well, I guess maybe he said that, but the audio is so bad, there's no way to know for sure.
You would have ripped the hinges off.
Maybe they left his mouth when you were passed out, sir, respectfully. Let's listen to this one more time.
I don't
I'll
think he
sustain
was.
his argument. Strike. I'll sustain his argumentative and I'll move to strike.
Can you please
Thank
bring
you.
up Defendant's Exhibit 638?
Okay. I'm sorry. What is? Are we going to enter this into evidence, or?
Yes, Your Honor. Move for the admission.
Yeah, it could also sound like this, just as likely. The day my finger got cut off. The day that my finger was cut off. You know, there's so many things that it could possibly be.
This video into evidence.
Bad evidence.
We have no objection, Your Honor. All right, 638 in evidence. Thank you. Now you can publish it.
What happened? What happened?
It is so surreal to me that we're watching a celebrity record another celebrity in their relationship, and all of this is just out on the internet for us to publicly react to. That's fucking crazy. I don't know what's on his back, but it looks like Michael drew a dink donk.
Nothing happened this morning. You know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you He's crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going? You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really? Really?
I don't blame him.
No, didn't it? You were smashing.
Bye. Do we have a date for this
That's your house
illegally
listing.
recorded tape?
Tell him. Is what he's doing cute? No, but I think, listen, I haven't seen enough of the trial and highlights or know enough about the relationship, but right off the bat, it seems very, very toxic. And I think it's very clear that she's trying to catch him in a bad situation to try to catch him acting out to prove whatever. Yeah, he throws some shit, but he's not like going to hit her. So again, there's no direct evidence of that yet, but obviously it looks very, very tough. His mom died that day? Yeah, I was so confused because he's like, did something bad happen to you? Sounds like something bad happened to him. Why is she filming him?
We have a
Ew! Imagine your partner in marriage filming you on the day your mother dies to try to make you look bad. And all he does is, he smacks a glass, which is obviously not great, but like, I'm sure the relationship was way far gone from that. And then drinks a bunch of wine, and she goes, did you drink all of that? Bitch's mom died. Did you drink all of that alcohol so I can show the court that you drink a lot of alcohol on the day your mom dies?
date or meditate or anything on it?
Why don't we, since you have some questions about it, why don't we watch it again?
Oh, I've
Play it
seen
again,
it. honey.
Michelle.
I've seen it plenty.
Okay, you know what, we don't have to do that.
No, that's good.
We don't have to do that. This is at your house in West
Whose
Hollywood.
side are you on? I'm still watching stuff. I also don't anticipate that I will be fully picking a side. More so just having certain opinions about both sides.
Tweetser Avenue, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And that's you in the video, Mr. Depp, right?
That's correct, sir.
And you would agree
Yeah, dipshit, that's me.
that you were violent in that clip, correct?
Not towards
Clearly,
her.
I was having a bad time. I don't know what it was with regard to completely at this point, since I don't know the date. But being illegally recorded by your
spouse,
chosen other is
aww.
Well, it's
Motherfucker said chosen other.
quite fitting with the rest of the photographs and tape recordings she made. So I thought what was most interesting is that she tried to hide it from me, and then that she laughed and smiled at the end. I thought that was the most interesting part myself. But so yes, I did assault a couple of cabinets, but I did not touch Miss Heard. As you can see, I think. You know.
Yeah.
And you may have been drunk in that video, correct?
There's a possibility of that, yes, sir.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
As if
A
no
mega
one's
pint.
ever done that.
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
Right.
I thought it necessary.
And what I would propose to play is 3210 to 3805.
So we'll make it 586A.
He goes, an ultra chug jug of wine. Could we just note for the jury, it was an ultra chug jug of wine.
Yeah, section 3210 through 3805. All right, that's in
Yes,
evidence. Okay,
thank you. And with your permission, I'd ask for us to play this to
Okay,
the jury.
go ahead.
Thank you. Actually, but before we start, Mr. Depp, during this meeting that you had with her, at one point you tried to cut yourself with a knife, correct?
I don't recall that, no.
Okay, let's play this.
I mean, I might have made a
A
move.
chuggy wuggy of wine.
That was my fault. This is really pretty.
I feel like she Googled how to look sad before this trial. And then the whole time she just pursed her lips together. I'm so sorry.
I want to pay.
It's just like the way I see Johnny, you know, he's trying to be calm. I feel like, and he's kind of reacting sometimes though, whether it was laughing at that thing he said to a friend or did with a friend, whatever it was. Oh yeah, he gave that guy a pill so he would shut the fuck up. You know, at least like you see some humanity peek through. Anytime it's cut to her, she looks the same.
Just,
Don't cut your skin. Please do not cut your skin. Please don't. Why would I do that?
It's easy.
Don't. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. Please don't. Please don't cut yourself. You don't need to cut yourself.
I need to do what I want.
I know. I know it hurts. I feel the same.
Tell me. I love you, Mark.
Yeah.
There you go. Keep going. No, thank you. No, thank you. There's on the pillows.
There's shit on the not actual shit, right?
If you don't, I will. Come here. Well, he's miserable now for this because he's a conservative prick.
Don't. Please don't. Don't cut yourself. Please don't cut yourself.
There is an actual shit, right? Guys, this is not. That's why some guy in my chat keeps saying I should hashtag me poop. Because instead of me too, it's me poo. Bruh. Oh my god. Instead of me too, it's me poo. What the fuck? You cannot tell me this is a true reality we are living in. Where I am watching this on YouTube by
ID underscore
ET
Idle
phone
tipped
home.
$2. There is actually a story about how she is dressing up just like him after every court day. Suit, tie, jewelry. It's kind of weird.
And that one of the things is that she shit on the bed. She took a shit on his bed because she was mad at him. Yeah, no, that's also what Amber Turd. That's also what I do when I'm mad at my partner. I just shit on their bed. Okay, the other thing I was gonna say is even hearing this, him saying like, where she's like, please don't cut yourself, please don't cut yourself. I mean, for starters, it's weird and sad to think that that's disingenuous because she's fucking recording him. It's like she wants to prove to whoever listens, like, I'm being a good person and telling him not to cut himself after I shat on his bed. And then he goes, I need to do what I want to do. Like, if I heard my partner saying, like, I want to cut myself, I need to do what I want to do, like, this is what's going to make me feel better, I would cry. I wouldn't just cry in that moment. I would cry even listening to this tape being played back. It would break my fucking soul. Like, does she not realize how she looks even bringing this up?
Please don't cut yourself. Please, I know it hurts. I would never cut you. I would never do that to you. Please.
I think he's laughing because she probably has done that.
Tell me. No, my arms.
Not on the wall. Not on the wall. Want to be cut? Do you?
The poop incident.
Cool. It's really tough.
To me, it's really dull.
I have to use the sharp part.
Don't do that.
Something sharper.
Don't.
Don't you tell me.
Please don't do that. Put the knife down. Just put the knife down. Don't do that. Do not do that, Johnny. Please, you're
I
gonna
want to look at you.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Please
I
stop.
want to look at you.
I know you're in pain. Wait. Stop. Please
There's a
don't.
way for the pain to go away.
Well, it's not that. It doesn't make it go away. Trust me. I do know. It doesn't make it go away.
Really?
Did it make it go away?
Yeah.
It did? Please don't do that again. There's love here. There is love here. There's love here. I wouldn't be here. I have no other reason to be here.
It all feels so weird. She's like, that's not gonna make the pain go away. And he's like, yeah. And I don't know if he does it. And she's like, it's not gonna make the pain go away. And he was like, yes, it did. And she's like, yeah, did it? That sounded like sarcastic or weird. Like, in what situation? Yeah, did it? It sounds goofy. It's fucking weird. Yeah, the did it is weird for me. Did it? Like, there's no way to say that in a caring way. Yeah, did it make the pain go away? Does that make... Do you get what I'm saying? And she's like, there's love here. I told you so, feel. Yeah, it's just... very weird, champ. Someone's like, is she gonna drop a tear or what? I haven't seen one yet.
The knife is really dull, and it would be the worst thing in the world to use to cut me with. It would be too painful and dull and dirty to use it.
That's the tip of the knife.
Huh? Okay, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that's confused. It's too dull? Also, cut her? Isn't he trying to cut himself?
Right? It's pretty. No, please do not. Don't. You're gonna hurt yourself. Don't. It's okay. Please don't cut yourself. Please don't. Please stop. Please stop. Please.
What the fuck does this audio...
Don't hurt yourself.
What does this audio prove? Aside from the fact that you would record someone in their most vulnerable state.
Your Honor, I think that might, if it's okay with Your Honor, I'm probably going to move on to something else.
Later, next time. Okay, I assume you still have quite a bit cross, or?
A bit. I'm not exactly sure.
All right, but more than we could do?
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
You can't use this audio as proof that you're nice because it's not nice to record someone in this situation. Yeah, she's scheming. She's scheming. And listen, I'm not trying to say that, like, the relationship wasn't toxic, because I'm sure it was on both ends. But what the fuck is this? What is this?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we've come to the end of our week.
This is actually really interesting, though. Let's do these. Wouldn't you record someone if you were potentially scared of what they might do? To me, yeah. But all the recordings we've seen are like him on the day his mom died, drinking a mega pint of wine, and him cutting himself. So her recordings are just, you know? It's not proving her point, so why is it even included?
You dipped your finger in paint after suffering an injury.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, that was after after writing on the walls, the blood had kind of dried, as it were, and so I stuck my finger into a can of paint and also, excuse me, mineral spirits to put my verbal messages onto the wall.
You'd agree with me that there was quite a bit of damage to the house in Australia after this incident, correct?
Huh?
There was quite a bit of damage to the house during the entire incident, yes.
And you don't remember the television breaking, do you?
I remember there was I believe there was a coffee cup stuck into the screen, or a plate or something like that.
You could have also defaced a painting by drawing a penis on it, didn't you?
I've never I don't know about that. I don't remember drawing
It's-
a penis on a painting.
Given the state you were in, it's entirely possible that you did that, even if you don't remember it to this day, correct?
If I was the judge, I'd laugh. I'd fucking laugh, bro. I
Drawing a
would
penis on a
laugh.
painting was not the first thing on my mind.
Let's
I
look.
had messages
I would laugh 100%. I
to
don't know how they don't.
write reminders.
You testified that you wrote on the mirror, and I don't remember exactly what you said, but you essentially said that you wrote things about your past with Miss Heard, or grievances
Reminders.
that you had with her, correct?
Reminders, yes.
Where's the poop incident? Does anyone know what any of this says? Your Honor, it was Michael. True.
Some mix of paint or blood, starring Billy Bob and Easy Amber. This is a picture of a lampshade that you wrote on after you sustained a finger injury on March 8th, 2015, correct?
That's correct.
On this lampshade, which appears to be sitting on the ground, you write some mixture of blood or paint, good luck, and be careful at top.
Yes, correct.
Correct?
Yes. I thought it was good advice.
Just you just saying
I'm,
that she
that's
would
because
rather not
I'm
hear.
louder. By the way, because I'm louder.
Okay,
By the way, my family, my friends,
you
everyone
scream.
around me saw all the bruises and broken blood vessel under my eye, the bruises on my head, the missing chunks of hair, the split lip, the black eye, the swollen nose, all that because you're stronger. It does not mean because they heard me that I'm somehow more responsible. It just means they heard me because I yell in a fight. You do provoke. I yell. It doesn't mean I'm more responsible or badder.
After receiving kind of a roundhouse punch from Miss Heard. The door was still, it was still pretty well about that much open, and when I knelt down on my hands and knees to look at her foot to see the injury, she kicked the bathroom door into my head.
Into my head. Not the sound effects, bro. I'm sorry, the sound effects. I'm so sorry. Like, even he's laughing. It was just like, it was almost cartoonish that he made the bonk sound himself.
I was completely.
As Captain tipped
Taken
$2,
aback by
Amber knows she was recording these audio/videos, so her choice of words are highly thought out
corrosive.
before speaking to work in her favor.
I know.
Of course, emotions
It's
could
almost
change that in the heat of the
obvious.
moment, taking advantage of a situation.
Like, when
in
you
private
hear her
affairs.
recordings, it's not like, oh, I'm recording just in case whatever happens. It's like she has this script or idea in her mind of how she wants to come off. It's... honestly, it's not. I would expect better from an actress. Also, I want to make it clear, I'm not laughing at what she did. I just thought the bonk sound that he made was funny. Okay. I feel like this happens so often, like as streamers, we kind of laugh at a lot of shit, especially small details and small things. Clearly, when you see me throughout the rest of this trial, I'm not laughing haha at things that happened to either of them. I was just laughing at the sound that he made, and you notice even he laughs. I mean, I think he laughs because he was so baffled at that situation, but it's just, yeah, it's annoying when I see people try to twist it. Like, clearly I'm not, like, I don't think domestic abuse itself is funny.
Move. Yes, sir.
Were you aware that as of October 25th, 2018, about 2 months before this op-ed was published, that it was being reported, as it is in this article, that Johnny Depp is out as Jack Sparrow in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise as actor battles financial issues and personal dramas. Were you aware of that?
I wasn't aware of that, but it doesn't surprise me given that 2 years had gone by of just constant worldwide talk about me being this wife beater.
Understood, but
so I'm sure that Disney was trying to cut ties to be safe. The Me Too movement was in full swing at that point.
This morning, I don't think so.
I always saw this.
Really?
Okay, so far, it's clear that the relationship is toxic on both ends in the sense that they do and say toxic stuff to each other. It's pretty clear that Amber is physically abusive towards Johnny. I don't know if we have seen as really any proof of him being abusive towards her, aside from that audio clip where she's like, people saw the bruises and the this and the that, but I can't tell if it's them fighting or him specifically hitting her. So.
This is at your house in West Hollywood on Sweetser Avenue, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And that's you in the video, Mr. Depp, right?
That's correct, sir.
And you would agree that you were violent in that clip, correct?
Clearly I was having a bad time.
I haven't seen the part where they talk about what happened on that date.
Interesting part myself, but so yes,
You didn't
I
react to
did assault a couple of cabinets, but I did not touch Miss Heard.
And-
as you can see, I think, no.
And you may have been drunk in that video, correct?
There's a possibility of that, yes, sir.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass
I
of
still
wine.
love that.
I thought it necessary.
Right. Well, not saying there is, but you were asking for more cocaine and you were asking for more ecstasy, correct?
I wasn't asking for more ecstasy. I was asking for ecstasy because that was what I was requested by Miss Heard.
And one of your good friends
Yes,
We saw this.
flew back to Los Angeles.
That's correct.
And the night of this plane flight, you and Miss Heard had a heated discussion on the phone about scenes that she was doing in a movie.
Is
with
it only
James
coming out of the
Franco,
left
right?
ear, or is that just me?
I don't recall.
You write on the island, Amber, headed too large to do.
Ew,
I
I
wasn't.
don't like that. This
I
part.
had received some news that was as absurd and grotesque and cruel. And then I was shown a picture of what the problem was. It was a photograph of the bed, our bed, and on my side of the bed was human fecal matter. I might have used that word, certainly.
The fact that he said human fecal matter instead of shit, I'm impressed. Yeah, I would have been like, there was a big poo-poo. Jeez. That is disgusting. Disgusting. She tried to blame it on the dogs. He specifically said human.
Gasper
She tried to
324
claim
tipped
her dog did it,
$2.
but the
Amber
poo
was
is
caught
massive
lying
and
about
her
having
dog
a
was
specific
small.
concealer to hide bruises from Depp. But
Oh,
the
I
thing is,
saw
the concealer
this.
wasn't released till 1 year after all these
Yeah.
alleged things happened.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Right, and in 2012, in fact,
She
Elton
could have been
John
talking
was
about
one
a
of your
different product.
friends
I
who was
don't
trying
know.
to help you get sober, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you sent him a message in 2012 where you thanked him for his help, and you said, quote, "I would have been swallowed up by the monster were it not for you. That is a simple fact." Isn't
Yes.
that true?
Yes. Again, the monster referring to alcohol and substances.
Correct.
Evidence to him trying to better himself? Okay. Okie dokie.
Ma schedule cheered 200 bits. Just wanted to thank you.
Do you guys like
You're the
this? Are you
reason my
curious
mum
to
still
watch
has a
and hear
daughter.
more?
It's sad to hear it, but you really are my comfort streamer. I've struggled about the way I look and have been heavily bullied about it. But your smile, the positivity you're able to spread, and your amazing community tipped $2. If she ever felt care.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm getting more confident and not caring about other people's opinions. Thank you for being my comfort streamer and my safe place. I love you and thank you for welcoming me with open arms. That makes me so happy. I also want to say one of the things that have helped me the most, especially making friends online, is just, it's almost like once you have an example of one person being able to truly love you, and there is surely someone you can meet and build that special connection with, even as a friend, I feel like that helped melt away a lot of my insecurities, because it's like, oh, if one person can like me for who I am, even though I see so many imperfections in myself, maybe I'm not that imperfect and maybe other people can, you know? So much love to you. I wish you the best in life. If you ever felt threatened by him in one of those videos, would it not be better to call an ambulance or, in the worst case, police instead of filming secretly? I think there are for sure moments where filming someone is understandable if you're not sure what's going to happen, if you're scared, if whatever. But all of these clips, I don't feel like her safety is in danger whatsoever. It just seems like she's trying to make him look bad, and she is desperately trying to make him look bad, and it doesn't even work in those recordings or video recordings. It strikes me as kind of whatever, to be honest. Damn, why the bed, though? True. Is it this one? This one.
I think I probably made a comment about, I should just come back and deal with this myself, if that's what you mean, and just get cleaned up.
And make sure that she wouldn't say anything, correct?
I don't know. I trusted her and the chef anyway. They were good team members.
As the house manager, part of your job is to, you said you work with high profile people, correct?
High profile, high net worth, I think is what I actually said.
Would you agree that one part of your job is to keep things discreet for your clients?
Of course, it's part of my job. Trust
And
and
is this
discretion.
better? Yeah. And Mr. Depp was your client, right?
I worked on an assignment on those occasions, yes. But I was self-employed at the time, yeah.
But in
Boom.
March 8th, 2015 in Australia, Mr. Depp was your client, correct?
Correct, essentially, yeah. And misheard, both of them the principals.
Who paid?
The
And do you know
principals.
who paid for your services?
As I said before, I was paid through Disney, who were making the Pirates of the Caribbean their production company, which I believe was called Herschel.
Okay. And can we put up Defendants Exhibit
This
377?
guy sounds so nice. I don't know who he is, but
which is already in evidence.
he's so well spoken. He's a butler. Butlers are always the nicest people.
Mr. King, do you see Defendants Exhibit 377 in front of you?
I do, yes.
And do you recognize this as a lampshade that was in the house in Australia on March 8th, 2015?
Yes, it was, I believe, one of the lampshades that was missing from one of the lamps.
Okay. And did you see this painting on the lampshade?
I did, yeah. It was part of my walk around to see
And what floor was the lampshade on?
This was on where the art studio was, on that main level.
Yeah, so on the main level, okay.
Yes. Excuse me.
And was this, did you notice that it was dark paint that was on the lampshade?
It certainly looked like it, yes.
Okay. And did you take this picture?
I believe I did. Yeah, without seeing the metadata.
Okay. And can we put up Defendant's
Oh.
Exhibit 374, please?
I'm surprised he took the picture. Isn't that kind of not discreet to be photographing that sort of thing?
And you recognize Defendant's Exhibit 374 as a mirror that was in the house in Australia on March 8th, 2015, correct?
Yes, I do.
Documenting damages,
And
I guess.
this mirror was in the bathroom, correct?
Oh.
Correct. There were 2 mirrors in the bathroom above each sink.
And this was on the top floor, correct?
The master bathroom,
The master
essentially.
bathroom. And the master bathroom, just so I'm clear, was on the top floor,
Top
right?
floor, correct.
And this painting said starring Billy Bob. Is that right? Is that what you recall?
Yeah, I don't know. Writing.
Same. I couldn't read that
was
shit
this
for the
in-
life
was
of
this
me.
in, the writing, was it in paint?
I believe it was the same paint, the oil paint that was used on the other mirror that we saw earlier.
Do you
Did
guys
you take this
prefer
picture?
watching the live, or would you want to watch some
Again, possible. I haven't seen the metadata, but yes, probably.
trial highlights?
and let's-
Also, it's fucking crazy to me that we're just watching people comment on this. Correct. That's so funny, dude. Correct.
Let's put back up.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't really analyze it, to be honest. I just knew I was going to have to clean it up at some point.
Right, your whole concern was just cleaning up the house, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't know who wrote what on the mirror, correct?
No, I know that one was oil paint and the other red writing was lipstick.
And lipstick, you're not even sure of that. You just saw it was something sticky. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure it's waxy, you know, like
Waxy.
lipstick-like.
You can tell this is Amber's lawyer because he's like, oh, you're not sure that it was lipstick, right? Because what the Johnny's not going to write with lipstick.
Same as the oil paint was oil paint-like.
Oh, but like, you're not sure. Like,
Did you see
a
paint?
motherfucker
Did you
can
see
tell when it's
also
lipstick.
Any writing in blood?
Writing, not necessarily.
Okay. Now, did you help when Miss Heard was leaving to go back to LA? You were with her, correct?
Correct.
Did you help her pack?
I think I may have done at that point. Yes, I think I did.
Did you see weren't Miss Heard's clothes ruined?
I didn't see any ruined clothes.
There wasn't paint on her clothes?
Not that I could see. Not so much. Yeah.
He said N omega lol.
There was paint in the tub, correct?
Say again, sorry.
There was paint in the tub in the bathroom, correct?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall one way or the other?
I don't recall being paint in the tub.
And it's your testimony that there was no paint or blood on Miss Heard's clothes? Is that what you're saying?
Asked and
I
answered.
don't.
I'll allow it.
Asked and answered.
Now,
Asked and answered.
you said you were in charge of the cleanup, correct?
Bitch.
Yes, it was my
That's such a fun thing to say as a lawyer.
The
Asked
house
and
was.
answered.
And you were working with
It sounds so sassy.
Mr. Judge and cleaning up the house, is that right?
On the night that the day that I arrived there,
Yes.
Mr. Judge did help me at some point. Yes, sweeping up glass, etc.
And was there photos taken of more than the three pictures you've been shown?
Photos.
Photos
by-
of the house.
Material girl. Asked and answered. Yes,
Did you
sir.
take any pictures of the house?
I took a few. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry to pause and say this, but whoever is helping
with
her.
Mr. Judge and
Is not helping
cleaning up the
her.
house. Is that right?
Like, out of all the hairstyles and makeup looks and outfits you're gonna go for, why do you wanna look like the villain in a Disney movie? No pun intended about the Disney movie, but girly, fire them. Fire them.
Well, photos too.
And send them to anybody at that point.
You just kept them?
Yes.
Did you show the photos to anyone?
No.
Do you still have the photos?
Yes.
Where are they on your phone still?
They're on one of my devices, yes.
Okay. Did you take a photo of the vodka bottle that you said was broken?
Yes.
And you have that photo?
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't give that to anybody?
There are a fair few photos. I can show it to you now if you want.
How many photos did you have on your phone?
This is actually so spicy. Sorry, not to mock such a serious
Did anyone ever ask you
situation,
for the photos?
but like it feels like a movie or a video game where like we're asking the butler and the butler has all the tea and he did take photos, but he kept them and he didn't even show the lawyers.
Several
What?
of them, yes. Yes.
What the fuck? He just whips out his phone. It's
Some
right
of them,
here.
Yes.
Not all of them?
I don't recall how many.
Who asked you for the photos?
Crazy.
I was
Yeah, it's like a
involved
TV series.
in a case in London a couple of years ago.
Did you give the photo of the vodka bottle to the people that you were involved in the case in London?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Overruled, all out.
Say again, sorry.
Did you give a photo of the vodka bottle to the people you were working with in London?
I don't recall which photos I given.
So did you take photos of the walls?
The walls, certainly the smears of the blood and the damage, the plaster damage, yes.
I wonder if he saw the
You took
shit.
photos of the walls with blood on it, is that right?
Yes.
And you took photos of the plaster,
Did you
right,
see the
that was damaged?
human fecal matter?
At the end of the bar and in the bar.
I
behind
wanna
the bar,
know.
By the sink, yes.
And did you take photos
And
of
do
the,
you think
ping pong table
reasonably
that you said was
a
broken?
dog could have shat that big?
Yes, as part of the
Tell us,
bar
Mr.
area,
Butler.
I'm
Did
sure.
you take photos of, there was a glass table that was broken too, correct?
The glass table, I don't recall a glass table.
Okay.
I need to know.
Did you take photos
Was
of all
the
the
poo
damage that
steamy?
was around the house?
Probably most of it, yes.
Okay. And the only time you gave those photos to
Would you
anyone,
describe it
were
as a
saying was
turd?
in the UK case a couple years
Sorry,
back?
I've never
yeah,
shared
we
them
want to
with
listen.
anybody else, yes.
And it costs about $75,000 to clean up the damage, isn't that right?
Wowie.
I don't know the exact cost. I think. I
Would you
calculated
say
at
the
time,
being
you know,
who
after all
did
the
this
vendors
poop?
had been
Low
in the
fiber
thing,
intake,
about
high fiber
50,000, I
intake?
seem to recall.
I'd be a good lawyer, I
Now-
think. I mean, at least entertaining. Maybe not good, but entertaining for sure.
You said you
Right?
flew back to Australia with Ms. Hurd, correct?
I didn't fly back with
I
Miss.
mean, flew back to
Content
LA
lawyer,
from
hell
Australia.
yeah.
Thank you.
My client is built different.
And you were asleep for most of the flight, correct?
For a lot of it, I think it's a 14-hour flight, so I think we both slept for quite a lot of it. Yeah,
You were exhausted from the 13 hours you were working on the house, right?
correct.
All right. And your testimony was that Ms. Hurd said to you, have you ever been so angry with someone that you just lost it, correct?
After I'd asked, so you know what happened.
But you didn't inquire as to what she was referring to, right?
I mean, by what happened, it was pretty clear what I was referring to.
Let me ask again. You did not inquire as to what she was referring to, did you?
With her answer,
Correct.
she didn't inquire as to my reason for asking, but it was pretty obvious to both of us what I was asking and what her reply was regarding.
He's being very confusing. The lawyer, I mean. What are you trying to say? He's got nothing else to ask. He's not doing that great. Yeah, he's trying to create ambiguity, but wow, the butler is on fucking point. If you need another client...
Thank you.
Actually, never mind. You're probably very expensive. I don't really need a butler. He seems very nice, though. I'm sure he'd be happy to, like,
Mr.
pour you a
King,
mega
you
pint of
testified on
wine
behalf of Mr.
in the
Depp
evening.
In the UK, correct?
Correct.
An ultra chug jug
And you
of red
provided
wine.
2 witness statements, correct?
Correct.
And then you provided testimony in court, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And if you take a look at
Are those his reading glasses?
page 1103.
Why are
of
they
your testimony,
tinted? I mean, I guess maybe they're not tinted on one side.
You see how the pages go in 4s?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Because it's cool. I guess it just looks funny indoors. It's very, like, easy clap, I guess.
You see it's actually on the
Bottom right?
bottom right. You see that?
Yeah, got it.
And if you actually look at, you see starting at the
I
bottom
do
of
need to stop
1102,
sitting like a crazy person
there's-
at my
this
chair.
was a statement when you said
I
you did
sit
not,
pretzel like this.
You
And I'll
say
put, like, my
Ms. Hurd
hands
asked
through and
you,
type.
Have you ever been so angry with anyone that you lost it? Your answer, that's correct. And you specifically remember that, do you? Yes. You said it never happened to you. Answer, that is correct. Question, she did not, I mean, if it was said, nothing was said about who she was talking about, was it? Answer, she was asking me a question. Question, she was asking you a question. Answer, yes. Question, you did not inquire as to what she was referring to, did you? I do not recall asking. I know that she was asking her a question and I gave her an answer. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, and that was your testimony you gave in the UK 2 years ago, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't know what Ms. Hurd was talking about when she made that statement, correct?
What the fuck do
You don't know if she was inquiring.
Context clues. He works with them. Some shit happened at the house. They fly somewhere. He goes, so what happened? What the fuck do you think he's talking about?
That she was making that statement.
Human
about Mr.
beings
Depp.
don't work. They don't sit and go, what occurred recently since I just saw what occurred in the home and am relating it to asking you a question regarding whether anything happened between you and Mr. Like,
right?
I
Like
can't.
I said, I'd asked
He's being
the question,
annoying.
What happened, referring to the house.
Being annoying.
And she gave me that answer, so I think we were both
On the
it was
same
pretty
page.
clear to both of us what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And then you went to sleep.
at that point,
And then you went to sleep, and then you had the flight the rest of the time.
sometime after that, yeah.
Okay. Now, and you said you saw Ms. Hurd with cuts on her arm. Is that right? On the
That's
flight.
right, towards the end of the flight, yeah.
Okay. If we could put up 376G. Do you recognize this picture?
I want to see. Show me.
I've not seen this picture before.
Can I see?
Were these the cuts? Did you see cuts like this on Ms. Hurd?
Is that Ms. Hurd?
Why don't we put up 376C?
Can we see, please? I would like to see. Hello? Hello?
Do you recognize the person in that picture?
That's Ms. Hurd.
All right. And
Okay.
did you see cuts like that, which are on her left arm?
Similar to that, long, like I described earlier, long, thin cuts, pretty uniform cuts.
These were the cut. The cuts were like this on her kind of wrist, forearm area. Is that right?
I don't know what the date of this photograph is, but they look pretty uniform like they do here, yes.
Like to enter 376C into evidence?
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay. 376.
Uniform cuts equals self-inflicted. True. True.
And can we put back up 376G?
She shit in his bed. Nothing off the what the fuck?
Seeing 376C, is this consistent with
If
the
I
scratches
shat in someone's
on
bed, I
376G,
would
is
never
these
take them to
consistent with the
court.
scratches
Like,
you saw in Ms. Hurd?
I don't see a date. Is that the same time? Is that the same date?
'cause I wouldn't want the world to know
The question is,
that.
are the scratches similar to what you saw in Ms.
Good
Hurd?
God.
These are uniform, kind of long, thin scratches. Yes.
I'd like to enter
scratches.
376G into evidence.
Any objection?
I mean, foundation.
Human fecal matter.
Authenticated the document through this witness.
I mean, I'm just asking if the pictures are consistent with what
I'll
he's.
allow it 376G in evidence.
And can you publish it, please?
It is.
Thank you. Okay. Now, you were in the house, you said, for 12 to 13 hours on March 8th, 2015, correct?
Correct. Going into March 9th, 2015.
Okay. And you
Un
spoke
momento.
to Mr. Judge when you were in the house, correct?
You had interaction with Mr. Judge, yes.
And you had interaction with Dr. Kipper when you were in the house, correct?
Correct.
And you had interaction with Debbie Lloyd when you were in the house, correct?
Yes, briefly.
Correct.
And isn't it true that in the entire time you were there, you were not informed as to what caused damage to Mr. Depp's finger on March 8th?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm asking what he wasn't told.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me
But you don't know what caused the injury to his finger.
one of
correct?
his fingers.
But you don't know you don't know how his finger was injured,
I
correct?
don't think anybody mentioned it to me at that time.
Right, no one mentioned it to you at that time, correct?
I don't
Same objection,
really
Your Honor,
recall.
hearsay.
Sorry, I'll allow it. Next question. He answered it.
Now, you understand that there was a phone in the house that was recording during the cleanup, correct?
Sorry, I didn't hear all of that.
Did you come to understand that there was a phone in the house that was recording as people were cleaning up?
At that time, no.
But you now know that there was a phone that was recording people as they were cleaning up, correct?
Objection, foundation, hearsay.
I'm not asking for particular statements.
That's fine. I'll allow it if he knows.
I believe that came up somewhere later on. At that time, I wasn't aware, but I believe I became aware of it later, yes.
Okay. I would like to put up defendant's 378. It's a
The fuck does it matter?
I want to play a couple of times.
Okay.
12:07 through 13:19.
Ooh. All right, guys, put your headsets on
Only segment you wish to have?
and put them on
And then
max.
I'd also like to play 1951 through 21:38.
And is this going to be used again, or is this?
I think it would be A.
Okay, 378A. Any objection to 378A?
Yes, Your Honor, we do have an objection. I believe this is a recording that has the voices of people other than Ms. Hurd and Mr. Depp, and on that basis, it's hearsay.
Okay.
Unless I'm incorrect about which document we're talking about.
Can we
Sure.
Oh, I think he's trying to play a recording of the people cleaning up and saying, "Oh my God, like Johnny Depp should have, like, must have done this or done that or blah, blah, blah." In which case it's hearsay. It doesn't matter whether the butlers or maids or anybody cleaning, like, their opinion on what might have happened isn't relevant to the case. Am I correct? I think that's essentially what hearsay means. It's like it's opinion, not evidence. Damn, get cooked. Get absolutely cooked. Because, you know, like, Amber could have tried to convince the cleaners, like, oh my God, he hurt me. And then they talk about it, and then she recorded them talking about it, and then she's using it. Anywho's. Pokey, did you research after just messaged you? No, on God, I have just watched so many shows like this. So many. And I took law in high school, which I mean isn't crazy, but at least it's high school, right? So even when Jessica messaged me and she's like, this is defamation, I'm like, bitch, no, it's not. It's really not. I know what defamation is, especially as someone who's a public figure who gets shit talked all the fucking time. Best believe I legally know what defamation of character entails. Because there are some motherfuckers who really are pushing it. They are for sure pushing it. But, yeah. I wanted to see that trial. I mean, I would have been there for it. Would have been there. I am innocent. But alas, nothing occurred. Are you speaking to me? Even this shit isn't defamation. This is your... I cannot imagine being a human being who goes into someone's chat and this is the only thing that they ever write. Drop dead diva girl. For starters, not to be rude, but calling someone a diva girl, it's giving senior citizen. Just bad. It is sometimes really hard not to roast the people who talk shit in my chat. It's like, what? Drop dead. For starters, aggressive. And then diva girl, aggressive senior citizen. Someone come get they grandpa. Someone please. This is an extended silence. Oh. This time. You're a good roaster. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Pokey, who do you think is innocent? I don't think anyone here is innocent. I just don't think he's guilty. Does that make sense?
Excuse me, sorry about that. Going back to the photos that you took for a moment of that damage in the house, you recall giving that testimony?
Yes.
Okay. Did Mr. Depp ask you for
Because
photos?
innocent implies that
No.
they've done nothing
Did you give
wrong.
the
I
photos
think
to
this is
counsel
a
for Mr.
toxic
Depp?
relationship and they've both done.
Some of them, yes. Yeah.
Did you withhold any photos from Mr. Depp or?
Pokey, Drop Dead Diva is a show. Do you think that's what they were talking about? Okay, can we unban him and then we'll have him answer and say what he meant? But then why would he say Drop Dead Diva Girl? Is she on the show? I need a sneeze. Could a mod unban him? Because I might have just misunderstood what he said. Can someone say on it? Any moddy waddies? Because I do very much feel bad if I ever mistakenly ban someone. But it, you know, it's like Drop Dead Diva is a show about a girl who dies and comes back as a lawyer. Maybe he thought that was me because I knew a lot about lawyer stuff. I don't know. Anyways, any mods? Anyone? GT said he's on it. Perfect. Thank you.
Didn't withhold any photos from anybody.
Thank you.
I didn't withhold.
Did you give all the photos?
And then he
did
can
you
let
give
us know
all
what he
the
meant.
Photos you have on your phone.
Because
to
I
Mr.
don't
Depp and
like
his
to
counsel?
wrongfully
Not all
ban
of the
people.
photos on my phone, no.
All the photos of the damage that occurred on March 8th, 2015.
Probably not all of them, I don't think so. No.
You didn't give them all. You didn't give them all to Mr. Depp and his counsel.
I don't believe I gave all of the photos.
Why not?
Because there are a
Why not?
decent amount of them. I mean,
So you picked and chose what photos you were going to give to Mr. Depp and his counsel.
I gave an amount of photos to them.
Do you know how many photos you gave to Mr. Depp and his counsel?
I don't know precisely, no.
Could you give an estimate as to how many photos you gave?
We unbanned him, so please feel free to
I really
clarify,
can't,
sir.
you know, an amount. I don't recall how many.
More than 3?
Yes.
Imagine she's just like, no. I did mean she should drop
Possibly
10.
more than 10. Yeah, maybe.
Between 10 and 20?
Funny.
Objection.
Possible.
Speculation.
I mean,
Asking to answer.
Overruled, I'll allow it.
I mean, respect.
Do you know?
Sorry,
She overruled you.
Oh, okay. Possibly more than 10. Yeah,
But somewhere between 10 and 20, is that right?
possibly. I honestly don't know.
Could it be more than 20?
I don't think so.
Did Mr. Depp's counsel ask for all the photos?
I don't recall.
You don't recall one way or the other what they asked for?
I gave them some photos. I don't recall how many or how many were asked for. Requested.
This guy is good.
Those were requested in.
As someone on this stand, he's fucking good.
Correct. Prior to.
Because he's making the lawyer kind of look like a clown.
Did they ask for him in this case?
I believe I supplied some for this case also. Yeah,
You supplied photos for this case to Mr. Depp's counsel?
I believe I did.
Okay. And was that about the between 10 and 20 photos that you're talking about?
I don't remember how many for this.
But it was the same amount of photos that you gave to the Mr. Depp's counsel in the UK?
I don't know if it's the same amount. I don't recall.
Did Mr. Depp's counsel in this case ask for all the photos you had of the damage of March 8th, 2015?
All of the photos? I don't think they requested all of the photos.
They didn't ask for all the photos you had of that damage?
I don't know if they requested them all.
I don't understand
Was
his
it Mr.
point.
Waldman who asked you for the photos?
Originally, I don't remember who called it. Shillings. Were they,
Did Mr. Waldman
the
ever ask
company.
you for the photos?
I don't know if he asked me specifically. If he was part of that team, I assume so.
And you spoke to Mr. Waldman, is that right?
I did.
Did you send them all of the photos? I sent them some photos. Was it all of them? Not all of them. So did they not request all of them? I don't. They just asked for some photos, and I sent them some photos.
Team, as I understood it, yeah.
Okay, and as part of that team, he and others were asking for photos from Australia from March 8th, 2015. Is that right?
They requested them at some point. Some of them.
And you provided, and that's when you provided the 10 to 20 photos. Is that
Amount
right?
of photos, correct.
Okay. And then was there a separate counsel that asked you for the photos in this case?
Yes.
There was?
Yeah. I mean,
Was
it
it-
was
was it-
essentially the same.
Objection, waste of
Who was it
time.
that asked you for photos in this case?
I don't recall a name specifically.
Was it a man or a woman?
I don't. I just part of the team. I don't recall.
Was it a man
And
or
when
a
did they
woman?
make that request?
Were they old or young?
When?
Do you think
I
they had
don't
light
know
hair or
date.
dark hair?
I don't know specifically.
You know what year?
This year, last year. I mean, prior to this, obviously.
So it could have been in 2022 that they asked you for the photos?
I think it was prior to that.
Were they a Virgo?
I don't recall.
So maybe late 2021 or early 2022, is that what you're saying?
Honestly, don't recall which part of the year.
But it's either 2021 or 2022, is that right?
I would imagine that's probably correct.
Okay. And you gave them some of the photos you had?
As I just said, yes.
Okay, but not all of them.
Correct.
So do you have more than 10 to 20 photos on your phone of the damage that occurred in Australia?
Again, I don't recall the amount.
But you have a larger amount on your phone than what you provided to Mr. Depp.
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered.
That's the same.
Yes.
The same objection was asked and answered.
Okay.
Are you gonna make a point with
Going
that?
to London for a couple minutes. You didn't live at the house in London, correct?
I didn't live there, correct?
Okay.
If
you know if
I'm
Miss Heard
Amber,
had friends
I'm
over,
pissed. My
to the
lawyer's
house
kind of
in London?
inting me.
She did. They came to stay. Yes.
And they stayed from September 9th through September 22nd.
I've seen so many jokes of
2014,
people being
correct?
like, "She got this lawyer on
I don't
Wish,
remember the
Wish
duration,
lawyer."
but that's possible.
Okay. And they were literally staying.
AliExpress lawyer.
They were accommodated at the house, correct?
Right. And
eBay,
so
more expensive shipping than the actual price of the product, lawyer.
Wine that were brought into the house, correct?
But also, I'm sorry. I'm
which
sure he's
point?
doing his best.
What do you mean?
Fiverr lawyer.
Miss Heard's friends were there. You don't know who was drinking the wine.
Oh, they were
Like,
all
I'm sure it's
enjoying the wine.
difficult, but
They
it's
were all
just.
drinking the wine.
I took care
He's
of them
probably not
as
here
I
for
would
the
take
lawyer,
care of
but
any guests
sorry,
that came into
lawyer.
any
He's
house.
probably not
And
here for
wasn't
the
it 5 to
content, but
7
we
guests
are.
that were at the house with Miss Heard?
I don't remember the number. It sounds about right.
Okay, and then at the end of the night, there was 1 or 2 bottles of wine finished, right?
When Mr. Depp and Miss Heard were there on their own, there was certainly that amount, yes.
But do you know how many? You don't know how many. You
No
don't know how many
pixel
bottles were
lawyer.
there when it was Miss Heard and her
No.
friends,
No.
I would say more.
You don't know, but you don't know one way or the other, right?
I don't recall the count, but certainly more than when there were just 2 of them in the house because
you
there
don't
were
know- but you
7
don't-
extra people or 5 people.
But you don't know the count.
Precisely, no, I don't.
And do you know how much time Miss Heard was in London with Mr. Depp, not with her friends?
A fair amount of that time. I
what do you-
don't recall days, no, I don't recall.
So they were there for a month, correct?
Thereabouts, yeah.
And I mean, when I say they, Miss Heard and Mr. Depp were in London for about a month, right?
Correct, around about a month.
And wasn't it true that for about 2 to 3 weeks, Miss Heard's friends were also staying in London?
I don't think 2 or 3 weeks. I don't recall, but I don't think it was that long.
You don't know one way or the other, right?
I don't think it was that long. I
But
think-
you don't have anything to base that on, right? Just what your memory is saying.
Correct.
Okay.
That's an entire.
And
Like, that's what we bring them up
you don't
to
know
do,
what
to
happened
talk about their
in
memory.
London when you weren't there, correct?
You mean after I'd left?
Why
I
ask him any
mean,
questions if you're going to say some shit like that?
Usually the chef was there still when I left each evening, Russell.
Weird.
He would take care of dinner and leave later that each night.
And then after the chef left, you don't know what happened in the house, correct?
I wasn't there.
Right. And you don't know for certain whether Mr. Depp drank wine or not in London, right?
I don't believe so. There's usually, when it was just the 2 of them in the house, there was usually only 1 glass in the morning, either on the kitchen sink or on the bedside stand in the master bedroom.
But you don't know who drank from that. You don't know who drank from that glass when you weren't there, right?
When I wasn't there, correct. But when I usually left the house, I'd already poured Miss Heard a glass of wine before I left, invariably.
But once you left, you don't know if Mr. Depp drank
He's
wine
so
or not,
good!
correct?
I
Great.
wasn't there after I left.
Okay.
He's so good.
And you don't know what started the fights you talked about in
Bro.
London, correct?
If I was on the
Other
opposite
than that
side, I'd
one
be
you
like,
said
this
you
is the
heard
best witness we
The
have.
second one that I described, I was in the vicinity.
For someone to be
I heard
able
the
to
first comment.
slide in.
That was the start of that argument.
And you
Those
don't actually know if
details?
there was an argument before what you heard, right?
That evening, I didn't hear another
I
one.
wasn't there after
Put it
I
that
left.
way.
I didn't
It
even hear that.
started in that room as I described earlier.
And you don't know what happened in Australia also between March 5th and March 8th, correct?
The 6th, I left on Friday the 6th was when I left for the weekend.
Okay, so between Friday the 6th and when you got to the house on March 8th, you don't know what happened.
I wasn't there.
And you never saw
Why do
Miss
we
Heard be
care?
violent at any time, right?
Sorry, say again.
You never saw Miss Heard be violent at any time, correct?
If this guy ever hears me, I just want him to know
Beyond
you are invited to my next
finger
Among Us
prodding
hobby.
and, Violent, I didn't see either of them be violent towards each other.
You never saw Miss Heard be violent at any time, right? Just
I
wanted-
didn't see her be violent, depending on your...
I can show you a witness statement where you said you never saw Miss Heard be violent at any time.
Okay, violence, yes, I didn't see violence per se.
And he clarified
Thank you,
either
Ryan.
of them.
Thank
He's
you.
so good. He's so good. Let's see how good this lawyer is.
Mr. King, have you ever been employed by Mr. Depp?
No.
So in each of these situations where you've
That's
been around
good to
Mr. Depp, you've always
specify.
been employed by somebody else?
Correct.
All right. I'll sustain as to leading. Strike the answer. Next question.
Huh?
Are you based anywhere other than the UK? Where do you live?
I live in central London.
Have you ever lived anywhere else?
Sustain the objection. Next question.
What?
We heard some discussion on Cross about photos, which I suspect you remember.
What does that mean? Like, how is that
Why
leading?
did you take the photos of the property damage in Australia?
As I do, and a lot of my jobs in various assignments and jobs through the years, I take photos as points of reference for whatever reason. I mean, if I'm packing suitcases up and they're going to be in transit and I'm not with the suitcases, I'll take a picture of contents, and when I send stuff so I know it's gone and what's gone, I take pictures as points of reference. I sometimes take pictures of table settings that I've done, or
Humes Festival tipped $4.20. I'd donate more, but family health stuff. At a 2015 awards show, Amber
Were the
Heard was
photos
orbiting
of
Johnny Depp,
property
taking
damage in Australia
pictures.
the first
Loved your
photos that you've
gambling
taken,
talk yesterday.
in the course
You
of,
smarter than people know.
working with
Peace.
Mr. Depp
Have a
and
good
Sir.
week.
Nah, I'm a dumb e-girl. Thanks, though.
Sustain as to leading. Next question.
Had you ever taken photos before?
Yes.
What kinds of things had you taken photos of?
In London, reference points and dinner table settings. Sometimes Mr. Depp would write notes for Miss Heard. He'd leave notes
Like cute ones?
on the sort of kitchen table when he left for work.
Or like you're a dumb
I
whore
believe
ones?
I took pictures of those. They were, there,
Just
things
curious.
like that. Just setups of, once I set up houses, it's always good to take photos of rooms so I can cross-reference later on if I need to.
Did Miss Heard or her counsel ever ask you for photos of any of the photos you took in Australia?
No.
I'll sustain as to leading. Next question.
I feel like he's running out of questions already. It's been a minute. 60 seconds flat.
Can I see Plaintiff's Exhibit 159?
I'm so sorry. How can I not laugh at this shit? A lot of tier 3 bootlickers in here. Your name is Pwn Master for the Win 200. Listen, I'm gonna ban you not because I'm mad, but because I want you to go make a new account with a better name, and then you can come talk shit, okay? But for now, Bone Master for the Win 200 is just not cutting it. It's not cutting it. This is 2022, not 2011. Thank you. Oh, sorry, did I say Bone Master instead of Pwn Master? Whatever. Bone Master would have been better. Bone Master? I could have understood that one at least. Pwn? Bruh. Pwn? I pwned you. Yeah, in RuneScape 2 decades ago. Bruh. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play it at 1.5 just until we catch up. Pause chant.
And I think this is a multi-page document. Can you scroll through? We have 3 pages here. Mr. King, do you recognize this document?
Yes, it's the floor plan of the house in Australia.
And do you recall on cross-examination you were asked to kind of describe where some of the property damage was?
Yes.
So right now on the screen in front of you,
Yep.
Ollie, thanks.
which floor would you say this is?
This is the top floor, the master suite and 2 other bedrooms.
Okay. And I believe counsel asked you if there was blood in one of the bathrooms or one of the bathtubs. Do you recall that?
Yes, they did ask that.
Would that have been on this floor?
I think they were referring to the master tub. I think that's what he said.
Okay. So can you mark on the screen where that would have been?
The master tub? It's over here. Can I just dot it? How does
You
that
can just
work?
dot it, yes.
Okay, so that looks like the master tub to me.
He's so like polite.
And just to clarify, did you recall seeing any blood or damage there?
In the tub, no.
Okay. Can you mark for us on the screen where you did see the damage that was discussed on cross?
The mirrors, can I dab on here again?
Sure.
Yeah, so these are the sinks. The two mirrors were above each, the mirror above each sink.
Okay. Can we
You may dab.
scroll up to the page prior?
You may.
And can you point out for us on this page, well, first of all, which floor is this?
This is the main level floor, essentially the second floor if you want.
Okay. And can you point out for us here on this map which of the where the property damage was?
Yes. How many dabs am I allowed?
Why are they passing notes in courtroom? That's actually really common.
here.
Essentially, they're on the same team, so if she thinks of a good idea
this
or a
was the
good thing
TV,
to
the
point
wall-mounted
out,
TV
they will pass that along so they don't
no,
audibly say it
I
and
apologize,
disrupt the
actually. Your Honor, can we
courtroom.
move this into evidence?
I actually should be a lawyer.
And can we publish this to the jury?
High key, if I studied for it, I think I could pass the bar. Actually,
Just kidding,
maybe I should
apologize
just
for
do
interrupting.
that.
So you were just pointing out where on the I think
Pull a
this is
little
the
Kim
second
K. Okay.
Yes, essentially the main level, yeah.
floor? Okay. So other than these three dots, do you recall any other places where there was damage?
Yes. Where it says
Lawyer
family-
arc, let's
family
go.
rooms, there was the TV was wall mounted on that wall in between family and lounge. The sofa was approximately where you've got the red square, red rectangle now, facing towards the TV. The lounge, sorry, too quick.
Guys, should I keep the
The lounge was
CC or
essentially
no?
the, art studio. And the bedrooms over to the left there, where the lamp,
Keep it
damaged lamp
up.
and shade, blood on the duvet, etc. that I described.
Sorry to anyone who didn't want it.
Okay, and then let's go to the first page. And which floor is this?
This is the lower ground floor.
Okay, and can you point out for us, did you find the finger on this floor?
Correct.
Can you point out to us where you found the finger?
Yes, I can. Right here.
He
there we go.
found the
It's the end of the
finger?
bar. It was on the tiled floor below that end of the bar.
Okay, and any other significant property damage that you want to point out on this floor?
Yes, as I said, this was the. Can I dab again? Yeah. So that was the most part of
finger.
the broken glass. That's where the Stolichnaya bottle was, below that bar by the bar stools. There were 3 bar stools that you could sit at there. On this back wall here, there was plaster damage. Over here above the sink, or to the side of the sink, was more plaster damage on the walls. Behind the bar, that mirror was cracked, broken. Ping pong table was around there, collapsed on the floor. And around those 3 dots there, I'm going to put another one. That was the spillages as well. That smelled like alcohol to me, the puddles of alcohol.
Is that it?
I mean, that was the most part of the damage around that area, in front of the bar especially. There was, I mean, as I said, there were blood drips around that white cream-coloured tiled floor in the games room. And this
Yeah,
is
his
the staircase
memory's
down
really
this side
impressive,
that
to be
the
honest.
chip was out of the stone step. And if I can get another dab in there, right about in the centre of that bar, the chunk out of the side of the counter, bar top.
Okay. How many exits are there on the ground floor?
Well, all of these were exits. You know, all these. My office was off over here. I think you can just.
We're living in this reality where Twitch streamers are watching celebrities in court live and dabbing when they hear the word dab.
See how it says study, big glass sliding door. The gym had an exit up here. This went into the garage. There was the button you could press for the automatic doors to come up.
Crazy.
The laundry area, which is right here, this is actually an exit out into the yard, essentially. The gym, all of those rooms had an exit.
Other than Mr. Depp's counsel, did anybody else ever ask to see your photos?
I'll allow it.
No.
Nothing for the Honor.
All right, is this witness subject to recall?
Damn, so the other
All right, so
Why
it's subject
didn't
to
they
recall. It's
even
important
ask?
that you do not discuss your testimony with anybody and do not pay attention to the trial and don't watch anything about the trial, okay?
Of course.
All right, thank you. All right, you can step down, sir. Yes,
Thank
ma'am?
you.
He did great. I liked him a lot. I know this is real life and not TV, but I just want to say I think he did great. He gave us a Pepe laugh. Oh my god, I think Johnny and the butler get along. They seem like homies. Okay, I think we can skip to the live part. And so it'll be regular speed now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that comes to the end of our day, so we're going to excuse you for the evening. Again, do not do any outside research and don't talk to anybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, have a good evening. All right, thank you.
Man, that was such free content. Maybe we should.
That.
I mean, damn, 5 hours, that is exhausting.
Ms. Heard despised Mr. Bettany.
Listen. We could watch some of the VOD. We could play some Valorant. You guys think about it. I'm gonna come back and we'll do a poll. Okay? Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right, so do we want more VOD or do we want Valo? What do? More VOD. All right. Bing bong. Bambo, thanks for 3 months.
Romulus _ tipped $4.20. Hey Pokimane. Can you wish happy birthday to my friend Divisito? He's turning 18.
Divisito. I hope you have an awesome one. Oh, a lot of people want more VOD. Oh shit. Oh. The last time I looked at the time, it was 1:45. Okay, listen, I know the VOD might not be super fun, but actually, I have to go at about 3:10 anyways. I only have 30 minutes left on stream, so let's just watch some of the VOD anyways. So it's all good. Okay.
Because
yeah, I'm so
mainly
sorry.
because we
I thought
had
there was
become
way more
such
time
close
left.
friends, and for her he was a threat.
Is there a specific time that anyone in chat can recommend? This is a good time? I assume
and
any
would
part that he's talking will be pretty interesting.
take me away from her with regard to if Paul Bettany was getting the attention from me. That was a showstopper. It would cause all kinds of unpleasantries, to the point of where when we were on the island with Mr. Bettany, his wife, and his 4 children, Ms. Heard and Mr. Bettany got into some debate over lunch, and I just remember that whenever Mr. Bettany tried to make a point, she would talk over him, and then it started to get quite rude. She got mean, and she got loud, and then I believe it was his 18-year-old boy who was getting ready to go to a very bright, brilliant.
How old is
kid.
Amber Heard?
He entered the conversation because this was something to do with what he'd studied in school, and he knew quite a lot about it, and he voiced his opinion.
Oh, she's 35.
And Ms. Heard demeaned that young man to the point of where he burst into
Sorry, people kept saying she was in her
tears
20s.
and walked away.
Maybe it's like 10 years ago she was.
And it was at that point that I had spoken to Ms. Heard and said, that's just unacceptable. That behavior is unacceptable. You have no right to demean that boy. You cannot always be right. You should try being wrong sometime, because you might learn something. And then I asked her to, I thought it was best that she leave the island.
Could we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 245? And Mr. Depp, I believe this is another text message with Mr. Bettany that you were shown on your cross-examination.
Motherfucker said, oh, yay.
And directing your attention to the text message at the top of the page from May 30th, 2014. Do you recognize this text message you sent to
I can't believe he's 58.
Yes, I do.
Wowie.
And
He doesn't
could you
look
please
58.
describe to the jury what you were conveying to Mr. Bettany in this message?
This again is I suppose an example of the way that I write and express myself. That is to say, you stretch your situation out to give him the understanding that you're drowning, essentially. So everything that I say here is, in fact, an impossibility for the human body. I would have been.
Island Boy 3000 tipped $2. Beep beep.
I think he's trying to say that his texts with his friend were to vent.
The hospital for a stomach pump.
I don't know.
There's a line here that, if you don't mind, I say that when I say I'm done, I am admittedly too fucked in the head to my rage at the one I love, for little reason as well. I'm too old to be that guy, but pills are fine. The pills that were referenced were the pills that that I was coming off of, and they were the only thing that could give me some semblance of the same numbing effect that I searched for as a child with my mother. And saying that I was too messed up in the head was, it's kind of like if you've been told since you were a child that everything you do is wrong, and that I shouldn't have even been alive, or whatever, joyous little treats that my then very sick, very ill mother brought to me.
The fact he calls them joyous little treats, like still trying to make.
Ms. Heard was well aware of my
of
past,
such
my
sad
childhood,
things.
therefore was very adept at knowing exactly which buttons to push. So at this point, I mean, I felt like, well, I was that little boy again in my head, like, I guess I am incapable of doing anything right. I guess I will never be happy. I guess that this is
God, they were in
who
such
I am.
a toxic,
I can't get along with this person.
toxic relationship.
But it's confusion, it's nothing that you can,
On both ends, to
it's
be
nothing
fair.
that anyone could sustain for any length of time. It's nothing that anyone should have to sustain for any length of time when you're being demeaned, berated, judged,
I find
and
it
treated
weird
like
that
a
she's
lesser
looking away
animal. I'm treated as if
and smirking. Why?
I'm only surrounded by yes men, and that I'm a bad father, and that these things are endless. They were endless, and
Someone said World Star Court.
there was a call for them. It's hard to
Fucking
understand why
facts.
someone that is supposed to love you could be that cruel. And there's also times where you just say, okay, I'm gonna try to not have I won't fall for the argument. I won't participate in the argument. Because I knew where it would go, into her circular pattern of psychological abuse.
Mr. Depp, what do you mean when you use the term blackout in this text message?
Blackout. Yes, because I'm talking about 1,000 Red Bulls and vodkas, 1,000 of them, 2 bottles of champagne, no food for days, half a bottle of whiskey. Those things, had that been all absolutely true, would have not only caused a blackout, but it would have caused a severe alcohol poisoning, overdose. I would have had to have gone immediately. If that were true, I would have had to.
I have a weird observation to make, and I'm very curious what you guys think, or if this is just in my brain. I feel like her face is... Okay, I don't know if she's like a model or an actress or whatever, but it's clear that she's had like some work done, and she looks great. Like, objectively speaking, she looks really attractive. But I almost feel like her face has been adjusted to look so perfect that it makes her lack a human quality, and it makes her kind of unrelatable. Does that make sense? So although she looks beautiful, I still feel like I think it's easier for people to portray her as like a villain or something, because she almost looks too perfect. And I also think, I am assuming here, but it seems like she likely has had some injectables, which I think makes it harder for her to express emotions as well, which also makes her seem less human, which is just not good in a situation like this when you're in court in front of a jury and hundreds of thousands of people are watching online. This is crazy too, her parents being against her. Why are you even trying to defend her, Major L? What I said is almost the opposite of defending her. She is a 10, you're a 4. And bitch, you're a 0. Just like the amount of brain cells you got. Putting it back in my mouth.
Been taken to a hospital.
On God, I think that guy was joking, and I want you to know I was joking too. Your roast to me roast to you. We're all just kidding around here, right?
Just die. So
I was just trying to make kind of an objective observation, which is just like sometimes when you look so engineered to perfection, you lack a humanity, which makes you less relatable.
no,
or a certain sense of humanity.
Blackout is when someone.
And the same goes with expressions. Like people get Botox, they can't move their eyebrows and stuff as much. And you might look great, but you also feel less relatable to people. No. No way. He gave back his Master for the win 201. There's no fucking way, bro. I'm banning you again. Make a better name. I do not accept roasts under such shitty usernames, dude. Oh my god.
Gets so.
Heike, that was funny though. That was
alcohol,
funny.
Essentially, on alcohol.
He better come back as 201. 202, I mean.
But the pills that I had my addiction.
Oh, what time is it?
That I was addicted to, the roxycodone, which are very, very powerful opiates. Two of those would knock me out. That is to say, so there's blackout, which is a person could be wide awake and wreaking havoc, or having a giggle in a blackout and never remember it. But when you've taken the prescription medication, it knocks you out. You are certainly not, well, you're not in any condition to, first of all, swing at anyone. You are out. You go on what's called the nod, and then it takes you away into sleep. It's just very deep sleep. And I found that much more accepting than having to hear constant badgering and insults.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to show you a Defendant's Exhibit 153, which I believe Mr. Rottenborn also showed you last week.
Yes.
Do you remember seeing this during Mr. Rottenborn's examination of you last week?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay. Now, I'd like to show you the full text exchange, which is in Plaintiff's Exhibit 120. And since there's been a number of text messages drawn from this document, this would be Plaintiff's Exhibit 120C.
Which page would that be?
120. Pieces
This
of
would be
evidence.
4
Jesus
and
Christ.
5, Your Honor.
4 and 5, thank you.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize these text messages?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, I'd move Plaintiff's 120C into evidence and ask that it be published to the jury.
All right, 120C in evidence, publish.
Mr. Depp, who are you communicating with in these text messages?
In fact, though it says Marino, these are texts between my ex, that is to say, Vanessa parody the mother of my children. And this is again, abstract humor that we're conveying back and forth to one another.
I'm curious about
This
these
was
texts.
it was a joke. It certainly wasn't about Miss Heard. We didn't speak of her much together.
Okay.
Do you recall what you were talking about?
I don't recall who it was. I don't recall who it was, but it was someone who had, for some reason, I think it was. Oh, I think that the possibility is that 2013. It might have been, we had a nanny at one point, who in fact, we found her, she was caught stealing, even from my, at the time, my, maybe 10, 11-year-old boy, Jack, who was bright enough, because he knew it, he was bright enough, he had a $5 bill that he wadded up and put on his desk in his bedroom. And when he came home from school...
Your Honor, I'm just going to object on relevance. The question was, who was this about?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay.
Mr. Depp, I'd also like to show you defendants.
I wanted to hear the story.
Which I believe Mr. Rottenborn also showed you last week. Do you remember seeing this email exchange?
I'm curious. Yeah, it sounded like a good story.
You could scroll down as well, please. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Who are you exchanging these emails with?
Stephen Duders, who was at the time my assistant.
And what are you and Mr. Duders discussing here?
Sorry. Mr. Duders.
Gobbledygook, essentially. It was...
What is she, Mr. Mrs. Duders?
As I remember, it was a day of work, and...
That's a good fucking name, bro.
There were times when I would send a text to Mr. Duders, because he's the worrisome type. I would send him a text in jest, of course, and to get a rise out of him, to get some reaction out of him. So, I would tell him things like, I woke up and I'm bleeding profusely from the inside of my ear. Is that normal? It would be things like that. So this is exactly the same kind of thing.
He's a fucking
We're
troll.
Even referencing The Hangover, the film The Hangover, in part of this, about the Mike Tyson and sort of bizarre circus that I was telling him that I had in my room, and that there was blood everywhere. It was a joke to just sort of throw him off, worry him, and ultimately it was a joke, and we were laughing about it.
Mr. Depp, what, if any, portion of this email exchange is literally true?
We're all set to leave here at approximately 1:30 p.m. Hope you rested well.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to talk to you about some text messages that Mr. Rottenborn showed you where you refer to the monster, and this is in the context of in conversations that don't include Ms. Heard. Do you remember seeing some of those communications?
Yes.
First, I'd like to show you Defendant's Exhibit 427, please, which is a text message from you to Jerry Judge. How are you using the term monster in this context when you're communicating with Mr. Judge?
The monster could essentially, it could be two separate things. The monster in her eyes was my...
Objection as to what the monster was in Ms. Heard's eyes, Your Honor.
All right. Let's just stay as to her eyes if you want to ask, rephrase.
The monster was defined by Ms. Heard.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but hold on. There's a
text when you're communicating with Mr. Judge.
where she looks at the camera and it looks so freaky, and I want to pause on it.
The monster, it could be
I don't think
two
it's this one.
separate things.
Hold on.
The monster in her eyes was my
Objection as to what the monster was in Ms. Heard's eyes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll just stay as to her eyes if you want to.
Okay.
Yes. Rephrase.
the monster was defined.
There.
Yes. Rephrase.
The monster was defined.
If anyone makes a video about this, this is the fucking screenshot to use. Listen, I know I have editor brain on. I'm just telling you, I saw this and I was like, Monka.
By Ms. Heard as this out of control.
I do think it's.
What Ms.
Never
Heard's
mind.
view of the monster was, it's not for this witness to say.
Mr. Depp, how do you know how Ms. Heard defined the word monster?
She said the words to me.
And what words did she say with respect to the term monster?
It was her go-to phrase, and it was the go-to phrase for me being, again, as has been embellished and elaborated, the drug use or the drink or the whatever, but the monster was, for me, and again, you start to think about these things and you put it in your own head, what the real context is. The monster was sobriety. The monster was trying to be sober because I was plagued by these requests to stop drinking. But the monster could also be if a conversation, if something starts as a conversation, which would quickly ramp up to quite an antagonizing argument, if I responded to her, if I took part in the verbal back and forth where people do in life end up saying obscenities, screaming obscenities at one another, or calling them names, or when it gets to that point, I mean, the monster was just for me, was just the guy who actually was dumb enough to continue to take part in arguments that would ultimately get nowhere. So that is one of the reasons why I would try to get away
I'm friends with
from
the
Ms. Heard and
monster
not
that's on
participate
your bed.
in her debates and her the knowledge that she wanted to express to me, and circular and painful
I'm not saying
insults that
somebody
were
should make a remix. I'm just
constant. It
not
was rapid
saying
fire.
nobody should.
So I stopped participating in those. I tried to walk away. I tried to go to another room, even to the point of locking myself in rooms so that she just could pound on the door and scream. That was clearly a mistake. I should have never fallen for that or taken the bait to allow myself to get into a conversation which led to an argument, which led to physical violence. It was not going to be good, so I would just walk away, which drove her through the roof.
So, Mr. Depp, why would you use the term monster when communicating with people other than Ms. Heard?
Well, because I heard it all the time. I mean, it was, as I said, that was
It's like
that was her
something he
go-to.
started
The
to
monster,
believe
the
'cause
monster's
that's
here, the
what she
monster's
kept
back,
saying to
monster.
him. So he started reiterating
So
it.
I would refer to the monster again in terms of with Elton or with friends Patti Smith. The monster was like with Elton. It was just the monster was I let the monster creep back in or something. That is sobriety. That's what I'm telling him is I have failed. And I've had a
That
drink,
makes sense
or
to
I've
me.
been drinking, but But my drinking, again, was not to excess. There was no, I would never went into blackout.
I think he should have explained it instead as the monster being his drug dependency or his alcoholism. That makes sense to me. Like, that is kind of a monster in one's life. If you feel like you let them win and you have a drink and you relapse or whatever it
Anything
is.
of that nature. I was disappointed in myself for not staying there. Although, when you are constantly in a position to be harassed by your beloved other, what else could I do? I wanted to be numb.
Beloved
I didn't want
other.
to hear that. I didn't want to feel that, especially from one who had professed such love for me, but gave me mostly hatred.
Your Honor, I'm about to switch subjects, so if this would be a good time for the lunch break.
All right, we started a little later, so I don't mind going a little further.
Okay.
If you want to do that, go ahead.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to show you Defendant's Exhibit 161. I believe Mr. Rottenborn showed you this last week and again today.
What does Sag mean?
Yes.
Do you recognize these text messages as between you and Miss Heard?
Yes, I do.
It means
Yes,
you
I do.
need BTTV,
Why are you
bro.
informing Miss Heard that there's a book called Disco Bloodbath?
When I texted her, 2:30 in the afternoon, I was in a bookstore, a used bookstore or a bookstore that had a lot of first editions and things like that, which was sort of a passion. And I saw a book called Disco Bloodbath, and I thought it was a funny title. I can't say that I was necessarily referencing anything other than I thought it was a funny title, Disco Bloodbath. It sounded like a sort of a bad slasher movie to me. So I said, just thought you should know that there exists a book titled Disco Bloodbath. That's all.
She literally has not made a single
And
expression in
she-
5 hours.
Said, we need that book. And then she asked me, is it about last Friday night by any chance? And then my answer to her, how can you make me
Exactly.
smile about such a hideous moment? The fact is, this is a light-hearted exchange that she's even saying, we need that book. Then she makes a reference to last Friday night, which I don't recall what last Friday night was or whatever, so I just,
That is weird.
how can you make me smile about such a hideous moment? A hideous moment could have been some grotesque thing that we saw on television. It could have been anything. I don't recall now, but all I was
That is a
saying
little
was, and it even
suspicious.
says at the end of my text, that's all. Disco Bloodbath, you know. So this was not we were not butting heads in this exchange whatsoever. It was very
I
lighthearted.
want her to take the stand so bad.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to.
No, this is one of the first things that I find is kind of sus on his end. He sends her a book that is titled Disco Bloodbath, and she's saying that there was like blood in the bath or something. And she's like, how can you make me laugh about such a terrible thing that happened last Friday? And he's saying he doesn't recall what happened? I don't know. Is that not sussy? Like, wouldn't it be weird to say that via text unless she's already trying to set him up through text messages? She could have had her period in the bathtub. True. But I guess my point is he doesn't even know what she's talking about. When you were high as a kite, memory slips. I understand that. But that's not really helpful for him. This happened many years ago, so it makes sense that he doesn't remember now. I think this is true, but when you text about an instance, like in that moment, he should have remembered, but it seems like he didn't even remember at that time. Like, if you showed me texts about almost anything that I've discussed, I think I'd be able to remember what it is. But he's saying even at that time when he was responding, he didn't know. So I guess that's why it's confusing. True. My point is, in that moment when he sent her that text, he also didn't know what he was talking about. You're young. He's 50. True. This was 10 years ago, though. He was 48. It does kind of give me Zoomer texting boomer vibes. Like your grandma going along with your jokes where he's like, haha, yeah, last Friday. But he has no idea what's going on. But even then, it's not helpful in any case to say, I don't remember. Because then you sort of have to give the benefit of the doubt to the person that does remember. But also I have to go.
Defendant's Exhibit 375, which is another document Mr. Rottenborn showed you last week.
Yes.
Could you please remind the jury what's reflected in this photograph?
This is from Australia. On March 8th, I believe it was, where after my finger had been, the tip of my finger had been taken off, I began to, I was in such shock, I just started writing on the mirror, on walls, and basically what these were for me to make.
Maybe that's what she was talking about? Disco bloodbath? Like, oh, you wrote on the bathroom walls? So, I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I gotta go. I love you guys very much. I had a great time, honestly, watching this with you guys. I just like feeling like I can hop on stream and we can enjoy a multitude of things together. Feels great, man. Thank you so much for watching. Maybe we can watch some more of this in the future. If not on the actual days, and maybe watch some recaps, see what happens. It's quite interesting. More tomorrow. Tomorrow is OTV camping trip. If you guys go on my Iman Twitter, you will see I wrote out a little schedule. Camping trip tomorrow, and then Overwatch drops Wednesday, Thursday, summer special, and then we'll see what I feel like streaming for the rest of the week. And then podcast with XQC on the 1st. All right, love you guys. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't followed already, please do. Best way to support me and know when I'm live, and it's free. And I'll see you guys in 2 days for Overwatch drops. Okay, bye.